W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system to keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a control-force system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at whmsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
When I was in high school, I was a troubled kid. Hannah Geffert took me into her family and treated me like her son. Today, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, a college graduate, and have a successful job. Hannah Geffert doesn't just talk about caring for children, she does it. She did it for me. Vote to keep Hannah Geffert as your state senator. She will take care of you too.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
It's time for the excitement of NCAA Division II football, featuring the Shepherd Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's play-by-play coverage is brought to you by Bechtel Jewelers, the Berkeley County Health Department, Brown Funeral Homes and Cremations, CMA Honda of Winchester, Jason Barrett for State Senate, Hagerstown Ford, the Mansion Ferretti Law Firm, and the Heffley Motor Company. Standing by is our TV10 broadcast team. So let's head to the field and get today's pregame show underway.
The Westchester Golden Rams have historically been among the top programs in the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference under head coach Bill Zwan. However, in recent years, there's a new top Ram in the PSAC. Shepherd is 7-0 to begin its 2022 season under head coach Ernie McCook as the Rams make their first march to Farrell Stadium to face 4-3 Westchester. But we welcome you into the studio for today's pregame show. I'm Nick Verzolini. Alongside me is Travis Smith, and Colin McLaughlin is our producer. Travis, things not how we normally do it, but we're bringing the game to everybody today, and that's the most important thing, and looking forward to it.
It'll be a new experience. It's my first time here in the studio, so I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be a good football game. These two teams battled last year. I remember it came down to that final drive, and Chris Lane really stepped up and was the hero late in that game, even though he was a bit banged up. So I'm looking forward to another tough contest here today.
It was a 42-38 win for Shepherd last time these two teams met a year ago at Rams Stadium. And it was a game where it was back and forth throughout. Shepherd takes the lead in the fourth quarter and really relied on its running game to get the day going. Ty Hebron had a great day on the ground. And this Westchester defense this year, they're led by their D-line up front, which can cause some problems. But Shepherd's had that balanced attack as of late, Travis, and that's really the strength of this football team.
And that's something where we're starting to see where both aspects of the Shepherd offense are starting to complement each other. It was early on in the season, the passing game would be really strong, and then the running game not so much, or the running game would take over, and then the passing game struggled. So now we're starting to get to the point in the season where both of those are able to bang on all cylinders and are able to complement each other, and that's something when you have a quarterback the quality of a Tyson Bagent, when he's able to use that play-action pass, it really sets things up for the Shepherd offense and makes it a really tough defensive assignment for the Golden Rams in Westchester.
And you talk about Westchester, a team coming in at 4-3, and they like to rely on their rushing attack. Jaden McKenzie has been their guy. He was their guy last year as well. Philip Pokey, another guy in that backfield that we remember from last season. But quarterback Shane Dooley has been out for quite some time, so it's two freshmen there that have kind of done different things in this offense. Ethan Kohler is their main passer, the 6'2", 195-pounder, and then Cooper Jordan kind of a runner. He's been able to run for some touchdowns over the past few weeks, and he stands at 5'11", 165 pounds. So they have those two young freshmen that have made progress, but not having Dooley, who was really their guy a year ago, Travis, definitely changes this offense a bit.
It most certainly does, but when you look at, especially a Cooper, like you mentioned, he's going to present some problems. That's something that defensive coordinators, they lose sleep over quarterbacks that can scramble. I'm sure most Shepherd fans can remember how the Ram season came to an end last season, was at the hands of a scrambling quarterback. Not saying that Cooper is on that level, but certainly poses a threat coming off of a game last week versus East Stroudsburg, where he was able to run for 133 yards, scored a touchdown, and one of those he took 42 yards. So he is a player that if you're not able to contain him, he can really put some pressure on the defense, and that's going to open some things up because you're going to have to make some adjustments to account for that type of mobility. And once you start pulling guys out of coverage, that's going to open up things on the back end, and Shepherd has struggled this season with giving up big plays in the passing game.
All right, we'll take our first break here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. W. Harley Miller Systems is providing customer integration services like home and office automation, home theater networking, audio video distribution, and more. Call 304-350-1931 or visit WHMsystems.com. We'll take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we'll hear from the head coach of the Shepherd University Rams, Ernie McCook. This is Shepherd Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday Night Lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for Steak Night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game. You've put up with your water long enough. It's time for Sunset Water Services, your local water solution since 1989, to fix your water problems. Get better tasting, better smelling, and better looking water today. Say hello to drinking your own delicious water for pennies per gallon. Say yes to healthier skin and hair and to softer and brighter clothes. Sunset Water Services delivers your bags of salt to you, so they'll save your back too. And our products come with a 1-year satisfaction guarantee. Call 304-754-9031 for a free water quality test today. SunsetWater.com.
Hi, it's Talk Radio WRNR and TV10 Spencer Dupuis. When I got into a car accident and needed to get another vehicle, I wanted to go somewhere I could trust. So I went to the Heffley Motor Company at 993 Hedgesville Road.
As a first-time car buyer, I really didn't know what to expect. But at Heffley, they treated me like family. Every step in the process was seamless. Not only did they give me a great deal, but they also helped me secure an amazing interest rate. Now I know firsthand why Heffley has such a great reputation in this community.
I ride with Heffley Motor Company, so you should too.
We welcome you back on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. We'll now get into our coach's interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford. They're located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road or online at parsonsford.com. They became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons. We're now joined by the head coach of the Shepherd University Rams, Ernie McCook. Coach, 55-17 win for you guys over Millersville. Quick start, and then they made some adjustments and made it close before halftime, but you guys were able to pull away in the second half. What did you take away from that win?
Yeah, I knew we were going to be in a dogfight early. They were pretty good on defense. I thought our guys came out with great focus. They executed the game plan early. We had a couple fourth downs that we went for that we didn't get. I think we took our team out of rhythm, and then in the second half we were in good rhythm and felt like we were able to execute pretty well.
Remember, being a pretty balanced offensive attack for you. Ronnie goes over 100 yards. You're able to get the passing game going as usual. A few turnovers there, which I'm sure you want to clean up, but overall, it's always good to have a good offensive balance.
Sure. When we have our balance and we can run the football and throw the football, we're going to be able to execute, and I think that's going to be an advantage for us as we get deeper into the season.
Defensively, Dante Harrison continues to make plays for you now. 3 touchdowns in 2 weeks, 1 fumble recovery and an interception last week. What's it been like to see his growth throughout the season?
Well, he's getting better and better, and the fact that he's around the football and able to make plays when the ball is in the air or in the ground, credit to him. But our defense is doing a great job, forcing turnovers, playing with great energy and effort, and so I think it's a great group effort on the defensive side of the ball.
And offensively, another young guy doing good things. Kenny Edlund scored a second touchdown for you, and he's a Westchester transfer, so a big week for him this week.
Yeah, it'll be, Kenny just loves to play football. He couldn't wait to come here and get involved in our program, was here this summer. Really has done a nice job meshing with our team, and he's done a great job making plays for us all year long.
And Westchester, one of the best programs in the conference, and it will be another challenge for your team, another good defense for you to match up with offensively.
Yeah, they're Coach Juan's one of the winningest coaches, he might be the winningest coach in the Pennsylvania Athletic Conference. He's won a lot of championships, a lot of football games. He's prepared his team to play in all 3 phases, offense, defense, special teams. They're great coaches. They got great players. We know it's going to be a challenge. It's the first time we've ever played there, so we'll have to have great focus when we kick it off on Saturday at noon.
What are some things that stand out to you about their team this year?
I think that they're really strong on defense. They've always been dynamic in the run game, and the special teams is a place they've always been strong. So they're good in all 3 phases. They're a well-coached football team. We just have to be able to be ready to play them and execute and make the ordinary play extraordinary.
All right, Coach, thank you, and good luck this week.
Thank you, guys.
That concludes our coach interview, brought to you by Parsons Ford, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, or online at parsonsford.com. They became number 1 by making you number 1 first, Parsons. This is Shepherd Rams football on TV 10.
Your master's degree is as close as Shepherd University. Shepherd's graduate programs are perfect for working adults and will prepare you for the next step in your career. Choose from several degrees perfect for educators, an accredited MBA program, and a master's degree in Appalachian Studies. Visit shepherd.edu/grad studies radio to get started today. Finish your master's or pursue a doctorate in nursing practice. To learn more, visit shepherd.edu/grad studies radio.
Jambo Construction and Fencing Company, LLC, is a veteran-owned and operated company right here in the Eastern Panhandle of West Virginia that specializes in decks, fencing, and hardscaping. Find us on Facebook at Jambo Construction and Fencing to see more of the projects we've completed. For a free estimate, you can call Bo Bartley at 304-268-5452 or Jamie Gall at 304-279-5053. We are licensed and insured in the state of West Virginia, and as Martinsburg alums, we say, Go Bulldogs.
When I was in high school, I was a troubled kid. Hannah Geffert took me into her family and treated me like her son. Today, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, a college graduate, and have a successful job. Hannah Geffert doesn't just talk about caring for children, she does it. She did it for me. Vote to keep Hannah Geffert as your state senator. She will take care of you too.
We welcome you back here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. Nick Verzolini and Travis Smith in the studio as we get you set for Westchester and Shepherd doing battle. Travis, Shepherd coming in 7-0, Westchester sitting at 4-3, and the Rams, talk about their defense a little bit these past few weeks, have really done some good things defensively. In particular, Dante Harrison, his play has been outstanding. Every time he's touched the football defensively, he's taking it back for a touchdown and taking pick sixes and just defensive touchdowns have kind of been a trend this season for the Rams and really have been a trend of their defense over the years. And as this group gets better and better, it's going to challenge these 2 freshman quarterbacks today to do their best for Westchester.
And it's never really been a shortage of athletes on the defensive side of the ball for Shepherd, but now it seems like they're really starting to put it together. And what those defensive backs are able to benefit from is the pressure that the Rams are able to get up front, and they're able to get it really without having to blitz. When you have two premier pass rushers and Malik Halloway and Kyle Smith, when they're able to put so much pressure on the quarterback and he's just trying to throw the ball just to get it out of his hands, that's when those defensive backs can really be opportunistic, and once they get the ball in their hands, they have the athleticism to go ahead and make something happen with it. And you figure with the offense able to score as easily as they have been throughout this year, when you're able to add in those defensive touchdowns, not only are you putting points on the board, but it's just a huge momentum swing. So it's something where this team, you're really starting to see them come together. They had some tough tests early on in the season playing up against some top-tier programs, and now you're starting to see the benefits of them being in those wars early on, because now they're playing with a lot of confidence, and they have their eyes set on making a deep playoff run. So absolutely, that defensive unit's really starting to gel.
And when we look at this matchup, or really, I guess, the matchups coming up for Shepherd in the next few weeks, a lot of people circled this game as like that last real test before Shepherd gets to the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference Championship game, presuming the Rams are able to get there, which 7-0 right now. You win this game. You have then Bloomsburg next week for Senior Day. A lot of people think that should be a win for Shepherd. And then, of course, the East Stroudsburg game to finish out the season wouldn't matter if Shepherd won or lost. It would already have the tiebreaker over Kutztown. So the Rams, are 2 wins away from that championship. But maybe this Westchester team hasn't gotten off to the start you would think it would, but their defense can keep them in this ball game potentially today, led by Jackson Taylor there, the inside linebacker. But this was a unit, too, that last year this game was a shootout. So we really don't know what to expect, because we headed into the game last year thinking it would be kind of a defensive game in terms of Westchester's defense matching up against Shepherd's offense, but it turned into a 42-38 ball game. So kind of don't really know what to expect, but what are, I guess, your expectations for Shepherd, and how does Shepherd, I guess, keep the focus knowing that they're just 2 wins away from reaching the conference championship?
And, I don't want to bury you in sports cliches, but, on any given Saturday in this case, because you have to think about it like this. Everybody's looking at Shepherd as their Super Bowl. Everybody's using Shepherd as their measuring stick. So Shepherd's going to get everybody's best shot. So that's something that they always have to take into account. And if you look at that game like you mentioned last year, it was a very tough game, and it came down to that last minute for Shepherd able to pull it out. So don't let that record fool you, because last year Westchester went 6-5. They went 4-3 in the conference. So they're a team that hovers right around 500. And you look at their record this year, 4-3, 2-2 in the conference. So they're kind of in the same place that they were last year, but that was a place where they were able to give the Shepherd Rams a lot of trouble. So Shepherd certainly cannot overlook this game and look past the Golden Rams. So again, it's going to be a tough contest, and it's one of the better programs that you're going to face in the PSAC. So the Rams have to come into this game thinking the same way they did when they played against Kutztown, the same way they did when they went against Cal PA. You're playing against some of the upper-tier teams in this PSAC conference, so the Rams have their hands full, certainly today.
All right, Travis, let's take a 2-minute break. On the other side of that break, we will continue to break down this matchup and get you set for kickoff. Well, actually, before that, we'll hear from the 2 players today, and then we'll continue here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
I'm Jason Barrett. I'm running for state senate because I believe it's time to build an even better West Virginia. That starts with a less burdensome tax policy, reliable internet service, a strong education system, and a robust tourism industry. I believe this building starts right here in Jefferson and Berkeley counties.
I ask for your support and your vote on November 8th.
Paid for by friends of Jason Barrett.
I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
But it also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
Visit us at Orr's Farm Market, just 5 miles west of Martinsburg, to pick up all your local fresh fruits and vegetables. With our in-house bakery, fresh fruit slushies, and apple cider donuts, you can't go wrong. Live bluegrass every Saturday from 12 to 5 p.m. And check out all that's local and delicious at Orr's by going to orrsfarmmarket.com or visit our Facebook page.
Happiness grows here. Orr's Farm Market.
We now go in the huddle, brought to you by the Mirius Group and Ameriprise Financial Advisors, John Everson and Phil McCoy. Stop by 1270 Winchester Avenue in Martinsburg or call 304-263-4343. We'll now go in the huddle with Rams center Adam Stilley. Adam, another big win for you guys over Millersville. Got off to that quick start, then they kind of figured some things out and made things close at halftime, but you guys were able to make those adjustments and pull away in the second half. What did you take away from that win?
I think it was a great team win overall. Offense started out strong, so did the defense, but we started to slow down a little bit, but the defense stayed strong and helped us get through it, and overall great team win, all three phases.
And for the offensive line, you guys run the ball for over 100 yards, have another good day throwing the ball as well, and hold up well against one of the better defensive lines in the PSAC.
Yeah, I think it was a really good balanced day for us. I think our passing yards and rushing yards were pretty close, which is really important to be as a good offense.
And for you, another local guy here that gets to play for Shepherd. We talk about it quite a bit, but just what's it been like to be a part of Shepherd and get to play in front of the home crowd?
It's definitely been great. I got my whole family around here. Had a bunch of people at the game this past weekend, and it's just a great environment. Everyone, the fans here at Ram Stadium, and we always sell out. You can't say that for most of the teams, even in this conference. So it's a great environment, great place to play.
And we know Millersville is a tough challenge defensively, and especially up front. But Westchester is going to be an even bigger challenge, according to Coach McCook. So,
right.
What are you guys looking to do this week as an offensive line?
We just kind of stay together and play our game. I think we're a really good group up front. I know Westchester has a very good front. I believe they have the best linebacker in the conference. He won Defensive Player of the Year last year. But I really think if we stay together up front and do our stuff, no one can stop us.
How do you feel you guys have grown as a unit this year with only you and Joey having starts heading into the season and then you guys kind of guiding that group?
I really think we've grown a lot. I know Joey and I are the only returning starters, but our group has just a ton of chemistry. Everyone in our position group, we're all best friends. We all hang out all the time together. So then just getting that time on the field to get the blocks and the scheme worked out together, we've definitely come a long way.
What are some keys to get the win over Westchester?
We definitely got to block the box and protect Tyson and just play sound football, play balanced.
All right, Adam, thank you and good luck this week.
Thank you.
We now go in the huddle with Rams cornerback Dante Harrison. Dante, 2 weeks, 3 touchdowns for you. It seems like every time you've been able to find the ball, you get in the end zone. What have been some keys to your success these last couple of weeks?
Preparation at practice. We practice very hard. I believe I see y'all out here every Wednesday. So every Wednesday. So I believe y'all seen us practice. We practice real hard, and our coach always tells us just run to the ball. So that's what I do. Run to the ball and just try to make plays.
Coming in as a freshman to Shepherd, what made you want to come here?
The visit. When I took my visit here, I liked it. It was different from D.C. I ain't never been around, nothing like it. And I knew it to win the history from Shepherd. Like a lot of my coaches was telling me about the history, and it was a good program.
And for you two, stepping in as a freshman on a young defense, you guys all kind of had that mindset of flying to the football. What's it been like to kind of grow this season with the defense?
I feel like the growth has been tremendous. It came with trust, though, playing with each other. A lot of us, I knew we hadn't played with each other, so I feel like we're just getting better each week. It came with a lot of hard practice. That's all I can say.
Westchester this week, kind of a run-first football team this year. What stands out to you about the Golden Rams?
Just go out there and make plays and dominate, as we do every week. That's all. Just go out there and make plays and dominate.
All right, Dante, thank you, and good luck this week. That concludes our player interviews portion of the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show. When we return, we will have more. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
When I was in high school, I was a troubled kid. Hannah Geffert took me into her family and treated me like her son. Today, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, a college graduate, and have a successful job. Hannah Geffert doesn't just talk about caring for children, she does it. She did it for me. Vote to keep Hannah Geffert as your state senator. She will take care of you too.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for dollar wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the cornhole tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case, and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
We welcome you back as we now can see the field here as the two teams go out for the coin toss. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith here on the W. Harley Miller Systems pregame show as we get ready for kickoff. And Travis, let's get your keys to the game brought to you by the Heffley Motor Company. The key to your next car is at the Heffley Motor Company, located at 993 Hedgesville Road in Martinsburg. You're local, we're local, so why not buy local? Spencer Dupuy rides with them, so you should too. Travis, let's get those keys to the game. Start with the visitors today, the Shepherd Rams.
Well, I have to start off by agreeing with Adam Stilley. The Rams have to protect quarterback Tyson Bajan. He's taken a few more hits, taken a few more sacks this year than most Shepherd fans are used to seeing, so that's going to be very important today, especially with that Westchester defense. So protecting the quarterback, keeping him upright. Also, the Rams, I want them to establish that run early. That's going to help in protecting the quarterback. It's going to wear down that defensive front. It's also going to set up your play-action pass, so I think getting Ronnie Brown rolling early is the only good thing's going to happen from that. Also, a fast start for the Rams, for the Shepherd Rams, I should say, because they don't want to let Westchester hang around. They want to have a team because Westchester wants to slow it down. They want to keep it close. So if Shepherd's able to get out to a fast start, you're really going to take Westchester out of what they like to do, and that's pound the rock. Also, one thing that they're going to have to do, we talked about those young quarterbacks, they're going to have to try to contain that young quarterback and Cooper Jordan. You don't want him running around because that's really going to distort what you're going to try to do on the defensive side of the ball, because you're going to have to pull somebody out of coverage, possibly even assign a spy, and that's going to open up things in the passing game. So if the Rams are able to contain that young quarterback, that's going to be a big help for the Shepherd Rams in going for that 8th win of the season.
And get you set here, or then the keys to the game for Westchester. What do they need to do, Travis?
Well, for Westchester, I think they're going to have to. It's almost in a position where they're going to have to force a turnover on defense. We talked about their stud inside linebacker in Jackson Taylor, 6'1", 240, the junior, the PSAC East Defensive Player of the Year, and he's just racked up all kinds of numbers, and he's picked up where he left off from last year. So that's going to be important for that for the Westchester to get that turnover. Also, a heavy dose of Jaden McKenzie early on. That's going to slow down and wear down that Shepherd Rams defensive front. He's a big, powerful running back, so if they're able to get him rolling early, it's really going to be tough on that Rams defense. Also, set up some easy throws for your quarterbacks. Like we mentioned, they're going to be probably rotating 2 freshmen at that quarterback position, so you don't want to put them in a position where they're having to make difficult plays and go through multiple progressions. So if you're able to run early, that's going to put those young quarterbacks in easy down and distance situations. For the defensive side of the ball, Westchester, you're going to have to tackle well in space. We know that these wide receivers for the Shepherd Rams are very dangerous, so you really want to limit that run after catch. And also, you want to try to make Shepherd one-dimensional. That's certainly easier said than done, but if you're able to make Shepherd just really rely on one aspect of that offense, it's going to be to your advantage, because if Shepherd's able to get both of those rolling as far as their running game and their passing game, you're just going to be in for a long day. So try to take away one of those, and hopefully you can get yourself in some type of manageable down the distance and just play it from there and tackle well.
You mentioned when you were talking about Shepherd's keys today and the offensive line having to protect Tyson Bagent, but last week they did make some progress there going against that tough Millersville D-line led by Tyler Tate, the Harlan Hill nominee from a season ago. Didn't allow any sacks a week ago, so I think we're starting to see, Travis, that progress on the offensive line, and what may be helping that is the fact that Shepherd's been able to be balanced offensively, which, one, doesn't allow the defensive line to know what's coming so they can't just rush the quarterback, and two, I think that balance gets that offensive linemen, they like to run the football, so that kind of gets them in a groove, I think. So we've seen some progress from that offensive line the past couple of weeks.
And absolutely, and that's something that Shepherd really excels at, because so far this season they have faced some top-tier defenders, and whether it be through formation or scheme, they do an excellent job of just really neutralizing those big threats. So again, today, there's no mistaking it. Jackson Taylor is that big threat on the defensive side of the ball, but the Rams have really risen to the occasion time and time again when it comes to neutralizing those premier defenders, and they'll have an opportunity to do it again today.
So we're just about ready for opening kickoff, brought to you by Orr's Farm Market, family-owned, family-grown. Happiness grows here at Orr's Farm Market, located at 682 Orr Drive in Martinsburg. This is Shepherd versus Westchester. We're bringing it to you from the studio as the Rams travel for their first trip to Farrell Stadium to take on the Golden Rams of Westchester. And it looks like Shepherd will kick off to Westchester, who sends Deshaun Seals and Raheem Bowens back deep for the Golden Rams. Jacob Haney will kick it away for Shepherd. Colin McLaughlin, our producer today. The Sports Fan Base Network allowing us to use their feed, so we appreciate that here on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. It's a short kick fielded around the 11-yard line and taken out to about the 25 before Shepherd comes up and makes the tackle. That was Bowens on the return out to the 25. So we'll see this Westchester offense in the white uniforms for the Golden Rams, despite playing at home today. So maybe like a Dallas Cowboy type thing. We'll see here how Westchester starts, because we mentioned in the pregame show kind of a 2-quarterback system between Ethan Kohler and Cooper Jordan, and it looks like it's Cooper Jordan to start things off, and no backs in the backfield for the Golden Rams. He'll throw, though, wide open over the middle, caught in stride. This could be trouble, but the Shepherd Rams defense makes the tackle, making the reception on the Westchester side of things was Deshaun Seals. So, great start to the ball game for the Golden Rams, going with a quick pass from their running quarterback, Travis.
And that's something that we talked about during the pregame, trying to get him some easy throws. That slot wide receiver able to run free. The safety was playing back deep, so if you're able to hit that seam quickly, you really have a chance for that wide receiver to get some run after the catch, and that's a good strike to get the ball rolling for Westchester today.
They'll go McKenzie, but he is stopped in the backfield by Kyle Smith and Malik Holloway, two of the stars and veterans on this young Shepherd defense that continues to make strides each and every week. So it'll be 2nd down and 10, or 2nd and 11 for the Golden Rams here after the 1 yard loss on the run with McKenzie.
And that's something, if you're going to go up against a big running back like that, what you want to do is try to make him bounce it outside. That's not his strength. He's more of a guy that works in between the tackles. So that's something that the Rams are going to be able to do today, and that's going to help them be successful, is to make him bounce it outside.
Pass from Jordan is tipped at the line of scrimmage and falls incomplete. So it'll be 3rd down here and 11 for Westchester, and this would be an important stop for Shepherd after Deshaun Seals made that big play to start the ball game. The Rams have forced it now to 3rd down and 11 from the 34-yard line. Jordan adjusting at the line of scrimmage with McKenzie the back in the backfield to his left. He'll throw on 3rd and 11. He steps up in the pocket, and he is brought down on the play, coming off the edge for Shepherd. I believe it was Forbes there off the edge for the Rams.
And that's something that this Rams defense, I was curious to see how they're going to try to handle a scrambling threat like this with Jordan back there, but they were able to collapse the pocket, keep him inside and contained, and that's something that defensive front, they're going to have to try to do that throughout today, because you really don't want that quarterback breaking contain and making something happen down the field.
Excuse me, I believe that was Isaiah Farmer in on that play for Shepherd. So 4th down and 12, and kind of in no man's territory here, so they'll go ahead and go for it. Jordan throws to the left. It's complete across the 30-yard line. Going to be close to the first down marker. It's Deshaun Seals making the catch, and Emilio Pena makes the tackle for Shepherd.
And it was close, but doesn't look like he's going to pick up the first down. But again, young quarterback coming out, making some good throws here early on. But the Rams are able to get the quick stop.
So 1st down and 10 for Shepherd. They'll take over from its own 25-yard line. It's a big play there to start the game for Westchester, but the Rams were able to kind of stall out that drive, and Tyson Bage in the offense back on the field now with Ronnie Brown, the running back, to his right. They'll go Ronnie Brown running off left side, and he gets stacked up after a short gain on the play, leading the way for the Golden Rams. Appeared to be...
Say Jackson Taylor.
Yeah, Jackson Taylor.
Yeah, he was in on the action. It's not going to be too many tackles made where he's not going to be around the ball.
About a 2-yard gain on the play, so 2nd down and 8 for Shepherd. Tyson Bagent in the shotgun formation again. They're on 2nd and 8, and Bagent will look to throw. Throws quickly, complete to the outside. It's caught on the play by Marlon Cook. That might have been E.J. Morgan. Tough for me to see that number there. That is E.J. Morgan, number 1, coming up with that reception. So Morgan makes the catch. It'll be 3rd down for Shepherd. Ball moved to the 31-yard line. 3rd and about 4. Flag coming in from the far side official. 12:03 to go in this first quarter. No score between Shepherd and Westchester.
And a couple of high percentage plays for the Rams to get the game started. You could tell that they're going out really just trying to get their nerves settled down here early on. First starting off with that zone run with Ronnie Brown. And we've seen his maturation process throughout this season of him just taking what the defense is giving him. Also, you come back with a quick throw to E.J. Morgan on the sidelines, and you're in a 3rd and was in a 3rd very manageable. Now they're backed up to a 3rd and long.
Bayesian under heat, and he'll just fall down and take the sack. Westchester coming with the pressure, Travis, to get the sack there and force Shepherd to punt.
That was Jackson Taylor supplying that pressure, and he's a complete linebacker. He can make plays in the passing game, make plays in the run game. He's also can supply some pressure on the quarterback. Last year, had 10.5 tackles for loss. This year, already up to 14.5 tackles for loss. Go ahead and add one more to that tally.
So Ryan Barrick will kick here on the punt from about the 1.5, 2-yard line. And Barrick sends it for what should be Pokey back there on the return, but Seals, I believe, actually handling the punt return duties here today, and ball goes out of bounds. Westchester will have good field position to start this drive. No score between the two teams, 10:58 to go in this opening quarter. Nick Verzolini alongside me is Travis Smith. We are doing this from the studio as Rams make the trip to Farrell Stadium. Colin McLaughlin, our producer, we appreciate him helping us out here today. So it'll be first down and 10 for the Golden Rams. They'll run the ball with McKenzie, and Devin Lynch comes off the edge to make the tackle along with Journey Dunbar. Short pickup on the play, but McKenzie, he's a taller back, so if he just falls forward, he's going to get you 3-4 yards on any given play, staying at 6'3".
And if you're a fan of football, you have to appreciate a running back like Jaden McKenzie, 6'3", 230-pound junior, was voted 2021 All-PSAC East first team. And last year versus Shepherd had a very good game, 17 carries for 83 yards, averaging 4.8 yards per carry. So he is a running back that certainly picks up steam as the game goes along.
It's a 2-yard carry. Here's a quick pass complete. Just short of the first down sticks. Coming up and making the reception for Westchester was Julian Kelly, the sophomore. So it's 3rd and 1 for the Golden Rams from the 44-yard line. Coming up on 10 minutes to play in this opening quarter. No score between Shepherd and Westchester. And also in the game now is the passing quarterback, Ethan Kohler, part of this rotation. They'll run McKenzie on 3rd down and 1. He has the first down. Tackled on the play by Pena. So that will move the chains.
And again, you have a big, powerful running back like that. There's no reason to try to get too fancy on a 3rd and short. Just give him the ball. He's excellent running in between the tackles, and that's also going to pay dividends down the road, because if you're able to run the ball like this early on in the 3rd and 4th quarters, those 3- and 4-yard carries are going to start to turn into 5- and 6-yard carries, and that's when Jaden McKenzie really begins to shine.
First down and 10. They'll go play action. Kohler looking deep, now under some pressure, throws incomplete, out of bounds. Just throwing it away there after the pressure coming from that Shepherd D line.
And it's a tough situation. That Shepherd Rams defense is tough, because you put yourself in a situation where you're trying to pound the ball, but you don't want to be predictable and always running on first down. So Westchester tries to go play action pass on first down, but you run the risk of facing a 2nd and 10. And as any type of offensive play caller, that you dread 2nd and 10, because you're really handcuffed in your play calling, and the defense knows it. So they're going to look to run blitz and try to slow things down.
And they do just that as McKenzie is stopped in the backfield. Devin Lynch coming up along with Pena and several Rams players. A flag, though, on the play.
Looks like it may have been a face mask.
Looking at that replay, too, Malik Holloway just came in there off the edge quickly and really slowed things down. But the penalty here.
Oh, and it's going to be one of the big ones. So it's the 15-yard. And a taller running back. We mentioned that. So you always stress for your defensive players to play low. One of the reasons, you want good tackling technique, but it's also going to help you to avoid getting those face masks. But when you're trying to bring down a running back of that size, you're trying to grab a hold of anything you can get a hold of. And that time it was a little bit too much face mask, and it's going to ring them up for 15 yards. But again, Westchester, they need to stay disciplined with that run game and stick with it, because it's only going to improve your chances as the game wears on.
Yeah, and in that situation, you end up getting a 15-yard penalty that you probably weren't expecting. So first down and 10 for Westchester. Moving the ball into Shepherd territory. Kohler looking to throw here on 1st and 10. Throws it deep down the far right sideline for the end zone and incomplete. Trying to hit the intended receiver there, Bowens. Raheem Bowens, the sophomore, the intended target. It'll be 2nd down and 10. So we see now on a back-to-back set of downs, Westchester going for kind of a deep shot to try to get this Rams defense off balance a little bit. Haven't connected besides the opening play of the game, but they're being aggressive on these early downs, Travis.
And it's something you want to try to loosen up that box a little bit so when you do go to run the ball, you're going to face fewer defenders. But, again, it puts yourself in a difficult position of 2nd and 10.
McKenzie, big run there. He meets Keyshawn Haley inside the 20-yard line.
And Haley letting him know he's ready for the challenge. Haley's a bigger safety, 6'2", 200 pounds, and he's going to bring the wood that time. So that's going to be a fun matchup to watch today if those two have to go at it. Definitely a couple of Rams going at it right there, battling.
I mean, that was the horns meeting there between those two.
Yeah, that was an Animal Planet moment right there.
Everything you could ask for on TV 10. 1st down and 10 as both, this is interesting here, the quarterback going out in motion, and they'll throw it to Jordan. Cooper Jordan was in the backfield. They then motioned him out. He makes the catch. Excuse me. No, that was Jordan.
Yeah, that was him.
I thought for a second that was number 4, Julian Kelly, as that jersey kind of rolled up on him. But using just your athletes in any way against a quick and talented Ram defense.
And make a mental note of that, Nick. That's something where they could possibly be setting up a trick play later on in the game. When you have quarterbacks like that and you can use them in a variety of ways, that's just an extra arm out there. So look out for that double pass coming up later in the game.
2nd down and 9 for Kohler in the offense. He'll take a low snap under some heat. Avoids the initial sack from Haley, but then is brought down on the play. It'll be 3rd and long. Shepard coming off the edge. I believe that was Kyle Smith that got there eventually.
Bringing the heat. It was a delay blitz up the middle. And good job, Haley coming up, delivering the hit. So he's already got a little taste of the action when he took down McKenzie. Now he's in the backfield making plays.
It'll be 3rd and 17 for Westchester. Coming up on 7 minutes to play in this opening quarter. No score between Shepard and Westchester. Kohler.
That's certainly a new wrinkle for that Rams defense. Not too often you see them blitzing players out of the secondary.
No, you really don't ever see that. As Kohler throws high, tipped and intercepted by Shepard. Dwayne Grantham coming up with the pick after the deflection. Anytime the ball gets tipped in the middle of the field, it's never a good thing, especially if number 3 is around. His 4th interception of the season.
He's just so comfortable playing in space, and that's a rare talent. That's a noticeable talent for a linebacker, just able to make plays, being comfortable in space. And Grantham has just been an absolute ball hawk this season. So you really want to know where he's at if you're looking to go over the middle, or if you're really smart, not even really try to challenge him over the middle. Try to keep more of your passes to the perimeter, because like you said, Nick, just you always run the risk of a tip ball there in the middle of the field, and you're going to have multiple defenders that have an opportunity at it.
Tyson Bagent, and Shepard has the power formation with McCook and Walker going in motion from left to right. They'll run on 1st down and 10 with Ronnie Brown, and he is swallowed up, and it's Jackson Taylor again. He is all over this football game to begin things for Westchester. So, typically we talked about it, Shepard's able to really take down those top defensive players, but Taylor might just be a different animal.
Yeah, it's something where you're going to have to throw a variety of looks in there. Also in on that play was Elijah Beard. He's coming off of a big game last week. Had 4 tackles, 2 of those solo versus East Stroudsburg last week.
2nd down and 11 for Shepard. Bagent with time, throws underneath, complete to Ryan Beach. Beach stutter steps and then runs out of bounds across the 20-yard line. Be 3rd down for Shepard and manageable.
And Beach just slowly beginning to work himself back into the offense this year. Last year versus Westchester, he had 5 catches for 58 yards and a touchdown. And last week had 4 catches for 43 yards versus Millersville, but just really hasn't been that explosive threat that he was last year. And we're not sure if it's an injury that's kind of slowed him down. It's a new offense that he's in this year. Also, the defenses, they have a year of game tape to really prepare for him.
3rd down and 7. Pass for Ronnie Brown, and he is met there on the play by Obi and Tawanu, coming off from his cornerback position to make that hit. Just read out that play really well.
And that's just a tough play. The running back, he's really not able to get his eyes upfield. And I'll tell you what, that's going to be my first nominee for collision of the game, as the Westchester defender able to come up and put a big hit on the running back.
Yeah, that's a big hit there, as Ryan Barrick will punt it away for Shepherd. So slow start for the Rams offense. Don't typically see that. Here's a high punt fielded around the 45, but the defense making stops on the opening drive, forcing a turnover on downs, and then Grantham coming off an interception. But Shepherd's defense has been on the field quite a bit early in this game, and McKenzie, the running back, I think he could definitely have like that Derrick Henry type impact where you keep giving it to a big bruising running back, the defense could get tired as this game goes on, and we could see Westchester really start to move the football.
That, and also what we saw last year, is that you're able to really set up your change of pace running back when you have a big bruising running back like that. It's just very tough on the defense.
They'll run Seals on the jet sweep. Ball came out at the end, but he was ruled down by contact. So Deshaun Seals, one of those speedy weapons that this offense is trying to get involved, 5'7", 155 pounds. Only picks up 2 on the play. Will be second down at 8 for the Golden Ramps. 4:18 in a rolling clock here in this first quarter. No score between Shepherd and Westchester. They'll run McKenzie off the right side, and he is shoved out of bounds on the far side. Looked like Kevin Kauser was the one to force him out.
And not too often, but sometimes you can run a run, and he has the athleticism to run off tackle. And we mentioned Phil Pokey. He was that change of pace running back last year, but he was dinged up in that game, and I believe also injuries may be a reason why we haven't seen him yet today. His last action was October 8th versus Shippensburg, but he is that speedy change of pace that Westchester's been able to use over the years.
Look at Cooper Jordan making people miss, and now going down the far sideline for the Golden Rams inside the 20. That looked like it was going to be stuffed for no gain, and then Cooper Jordan just took it to the outside, got a block from his wide receiver, and picked up a first down and more, getting Westchester in the red zone for the first time today.
You just can't coach speed, and you just can't coach against speed and vision. It looked like it was a design quarterback run off to the left where the running back was going to be the lead block. It was jammed up play side, and the quarterback just good vision and good instincts, able to cut it back and able to get down the sidelines and pick up a big chunk for this Westchester offense, and now they're setting up shop inside the 20 with a first down.
Jordan takes the snap as Kohler moved down the backfield, and Journey Dunbar is there to make the play for Shepherd. I mean, Kohler not a runner necessarily, but he does stand at 6'2", 195 pounds, and you got to look out for him maybe on some sort of trick play, or it could just be a distraction out there to run him out wide. But still, you got to like what Westchester has here at quarterback with these two freshmen that can kind of play off of each other.
And it's being resourceful. You have them in the building. Why not put something in where you can use them both at the same time?
McKenzie running hard up the middle. Solomon Alexander making the tackle for Shepherd. It will be third down from the 15-yard line for the Golden Rams. Cooper Jordan is the quarterback here on a 3rd down and 7. Bowen's the receiver to the bottom of your screen. Looks like Kelly to the far side. And then right in the slot as Jordan will keep. Get away from Kyle Smith now. Throw to the end zone. Touchdown, Westchester. Deshaun Seals is there wide open in the end zone for the first score of the ball game to give Westchester the early 6-0 lead at home against Shepherd.
And that's tough when you have a quarterback that has this kind of mobility. You go 5 wide, and you really put the ball in his hands and allow him to make a play. Nothing fancy about that at all. You send your 5 wide receivers down the field. You let your athletic quarterback make a play. Either you run for it or you throw for it. And that time when he was able to attack the defense, he was able to make them commit, come up to try to take care of the run, and then he was able just to throw the short shot right over top of the defense to the wide open wide receiver in the end zone. And that's something, especially down towards the goal line, that puts a lot of pressure on the defense because you really don't have anybody, an individual, that can match up with the quarterback that has that kind of athleticism.
Sean Henry's extra point is good. We'll take a 60-second break. It's Westchester 7, Shepherd nothing. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
We welcome you back here as we are doing this game from the studio. It's 7-0 Westchester leading Shepherd, 1:49 to go in this first quarter. I'm Nick Verzolini, and alongside me is Travis Smith and Colin McLaughlin, our producer, helping us out here in the studio. So things a little bit different than normal, but we're making it work, Travis, the best we can. And it's 7-0 Westchester with 1:49 to go in this first quarter. Shepherd's offense has not done anything to begin this ball game, Travis.
Not at all, and you have to take your hats off to that Westchester defense. They've come out, they've had a good game plan, and when you have a linebacker, the quality of a Jackson Taylor certainly helps everything out. He really is a field general out there getting that front seven set and really not giving the quarterback a lot of time to make plays down the field.
Bajan throws complete after the play action. It's caught on the play by Marlon Cook. And Shepherd gets a first down here. So 1st and 10 for the Rams now from the 37-yard line. 4 receivers set, and Shepherd going quickly here.
That's going to help you get some momentum going when you go tempo. Maybe you can get something going, almost trying to go on into a 2-minute drill just to try to loosen up the defense, keep that same defense out there on the field, probably wear them down and maybe catch them in a personnel group that's not to their advantage.
Bajan throws now near side complete. It's Cook again with the reception and around the 40-yard line. So that will bring up 2nd down for Shepherd.
Good tackle again by Anyatanwu coming up at that cornerback position. The 6'1", 195-pound junior has been a sure-handed tackler so far today.
Just a 2-yard gain on the play makes it 2nd down and 8 for the Rams. Ronnie Brown is the back. Beach going in motion. They'll flip it to him. And Ryan Beach has no real room off that far side. Might have even lost those 2 yards that they gained on the play.
And that heavy set, it looked like there was a hole there briefly, but the Westchester Rams defensive unit able to close that down. And again, the Rams trying to be creative in how they get the ball to Ryan Beach. And I just think that's a smart move. That's something where he really hasn't been that vertical threat that he was last year. So you're being creative in how you get him the ball and using him in a jet sweep. A lot of times he's able to get to the edge or at least hit a crease, but that time the Westchester defense able to sniff it out and hold him to a minimum gain.
Bajan throws on 3rd and 5 complete to Brown. Trying to fight forward at the last second, made an effort and dived toward that 1st down marker, and that might be enough to move the chains.
And it looks like the referee's going to move it along. Again, that was a second and third effort. Not to be denied, Ronnie Brown. Just a dynamic player.
So our first quarter was brought to you on TV 10 by Smallwood and Small Insurance, your total insurance solution located at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg. And Chris Ross in the Milestone Real Estate Group, buying or selling a home, call Chris Ross or go to callchrisross.com as Shepherd trails Westchester at the end of the first quarter 7-0. We'll take a 60-second break and return for the second quarter after this.
You've been in an accident. A distracted driver put texting over safety. Your injuries, loss of income, and medical bills can last a long time, even a lifetime. Our job is to try and secure justice that will protect you and your family for the rest of your life. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for dollar wings and Monday Night Football. Thursdays on the patio for the cornhole tourney. Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
We welcome you back as Shepherd gets stopped, as you now see it on your screen, on that first down run. Make it second down and 12 for the Rams to begin this second quarter. 14 and a half minutes to go in the second. 7-0 Westchester, second down and 12 for Shepherd from the 45-yard line. Bagent looking to throw on second down, under some heat, now rolling to the right. He's got a ton of room to run. Tyson Bagent has a first down and more into Westchester territory before heading out of bounds at around the 27-yard line. And Shepherd is in Westchester territory for the first time this afternoon.
And that was something that Tyson Bagent had a lot of success doing last week versus Millersville, to the point where Millersville had to assign a spy to him late in the game because Tyson Bagent was really making some plays with his legs, and that's something that he doesn't do often, but he is a phenomenal athlete. So when he does pull that ball down, he does have that potential. He's not going to take it to the house, but he's certainly going to be mobile enough to pick up a first down and move the chains.
Seems like something he's really improved on is his ability to run if necessary, as Bagent gets under some heat and then steps up in the pocket. Flag coming in. Making the tackle there for Westchester was David Blay, the redshirt freshman, 6'2", 280-pounder. But flag on the play. We'll see if this goes against Shepherd or Westchester. It will be holding against the Rams, so that will back up Shepherd here.
And that's always the risk that you run when you have a quarterback that looks to make plays with his legs when you have a pass play called, because those offensive linemen, they have a clock in their heads much like a quarterback does. So when a play starts to extend a little bit longer than what they expect, sometimes you're going to get those holding penalties. So you're going to get plenty of the positive when you have a quarterback that can run around and make plays, but that is going to be the drawback, is sometimes you're going to get some holding penalties just because the offensive linemen are just trying to go that extra mile and protect their quarterback. So it's a welcome problem. I'm sure Cooper, Jordan, and Tyson Bagent would agree.
First down and 20 for the Rams. Bagent throws, completes a wide open Marlon Cook. He's got room and space, has the first down, ducks inside to the 15-yard line of Westchester. How do you leave 13 wide open?
Well, you leave 13 wide open because you had triple team on Ryan Beach. That was certainly a blown assignment that time, and Tyson Bagent was able to quickly. There was three guys just hawking Ryan Beach on the play, so that's going to leave some wide open spaces right there. Good eye that time by Bagent, and a smart play and run after catch for Cook.
First down and 10. Morgan and Cook are the receivers for the Rams as Ronnie Brown moves to the left of Bagent. Shepherd trailing 7-0. Bagent looking for Marlon Cook. Waiting for the single. There it is. Touchdown, Shepherd. Marlon Cook using his size to raise up over the defensive back, a play we have seen multiple times this season, Travis, and it works there for another Shepherd touchdown.
That's so tough when that short side, Marlon Cook doing that back shoulder fade going up, and that's a tough matchup. He's going up against, again, we've said his name a lot so far today. That's Anya Tanwu. Good defense, and he's arguing with the referee that there was a little bit of pushing over there. But like we mentioned, those referees, they tend not to get involved when it comes to pass interference. They let them play football, and that time Marlon Cook able to show the body control and bring that ball inbounds for Shepherd's first score of the day.
Extra point from Jacob Haney is good. So Shepherd 7, Westchester 7, 12:32 to go in the first half. This is Shepherd Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
W. Harley Miller Systems understands the need and desire for reliable and affordable smart home solutions. Secure your home with a security system and keep a close eye on your family. Automate your home with a Control4 system and have smart technology work as one. Set daily schedules to control your thermostats. Push a button and set the mood for dinner by dimming lights and playing music, or just sit back and enjoy a movie in your own home theater. Put decades of experience to work for you. Visit us at WHMsystems.com or call 304-350-1931.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
We welcome you back to Westchester, live from the TV 10 studios, though. 7-7 our score, as Seals will return this kickoff and doesn't get too far on the return. Out to about the 17-yard line. First down and 10 here for Westchester. 7-7 ball game after the Marlon Cook touchdown reception. Shepherd going down the field, answering the Westchester touchdown with a touchdown of its own. Our scoring drive summary brought to you by Jason Barrett for State Senate. Vote to cut the car tax. Vote Jason Barrett. 7-7 our score between these two teams. 12:26 to go in the first half. And Travis, we've seen a lot of unique play calling from Westchester, and it has worked to move the football. Last drive it worked to get the Golden Rams in the end zone. As here's a flag from the far sideline.
And just so far, I mean, the way Cooper Jordan has played, I'm not sure whether continuing to rotate quarterbacks. It seems like you have a guy that has emerged as the leader on that offensive side of the ball, so I don't understand why you want to mess with a good thing. But again, you have two freshman quarterbacks. You want to see what you have in both of them. Both of them are going to figure large in your program moving forward. So if you go use them both, you kind of get a better feel for what they're going to be able to bring. But I'm just a firm believer riding the hot hand, and Cooper Jordan has come out and really put a lot of pressure on that Shepherd Rams defense.
Here Kohler throws complete to Seals across the 20-yard line. Keyshawn Haley forcing him out of bounds. Our second quarter is brought to you on TV 10 by Smallwood and Small Insurance in Martinsburg. Your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive. Call 304-263-3361. Along with Hagerstown Ford, revolutionizing the car buying experience. Go to HagerstownFord.com.
And Seals, coming off of a big game last week, had 4 catches for 46 yards and a touchdown, has taken over some of the kick returning and punt returning duties with Pokey out of the lineup.
They'll run McKenzie and Pena coming over to make another tackle, a guy that seems to be getting better each week at that linebacker spot. Pena last year was more of a kind of a safety nickel back, and he's really kind of moved down into the box and has done a nice job for Shepherd in kind of an outside linebacker role this year. Third down and 12.
And you see that's kind of where the game is going. The way teams are passing so much, you really just can't be that old school traditional linebacker or just the old school traditional safety. It's more of a hybrid. You have to be able to do all things out there on the field.
Not certain where the football went on that play. We apologize for that, but Let's see. I mean, the replay I don't think will show us either.
Also looks like the wide receiver was
I thought
quite
that was-
curious as to where the ball went. That was Raheem Bowens. He's looking around for the football. We're looking for the football.
I thought for a second it was a punt. I thought they punted on third down.
That's you kind of had that same camera action where you see the camera just going downfield trying to locate the ball, and
It looks like it was either a bad snap or a Shepherd sack. So it's 4th down and 23 here, pushing Westchester back to punt from its own end zone. It's a high kick. Doesn't go very far, though. Bounces around the 35-yard line, and that's where Shepherd will take over. So the defense gets a stop there, and we really didn't see Cooper Jordan too much on that drive. So you may be right, Travis. The only thing I can think of is maybe their game plan is to kind of keep Shepherd on its toes, and maybe they feel like Kohler can provide more of that passing attack. But really, we've seen some good things from Jordan throwing the football as well. So I'm not certain there. But 1st down and 10 here for Shepherd from the 35-yard line of Westchester. And it's Bajan in the pistol formation with Ronnie Brown the back. Son of Cook in motion from left to right. Bajan. He still has the ball. Throws complete to Brian Walker. 1st down, Shepherd moving inside the 20-yard line.
and just working across the formation. Rams come out in that heavy look and able to set up that play action pass, and that was something that we talked about. Establishing that run early is going to help you do that.
So it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Rams, moving inside Westchester territory. That might have been Max Fisher on the reception.
I think it was Max Fisher.
Yeah, so Fisher back after dealing with an injury. Here's a big hole for Hartman. And Hartman getting inside the 10-yard line on that carry. So, yeah, Max Fisher back there, the big wide receiver from NC State that Shepherd picked up in the transfer portal. He's been out with an injury the past few weeks, and good to see him back on the field, and just another weapon Shepherd can add to its dynamic offense.
And they have him listed as a wide receiver, but if you see the way he looks out on the field physically, I mean, he looks like a tight end to me, very similar to what Alex Wetzel was to the offense last year for Shepherd.
Bajan kind of running around and eventually has to fall forward on the play. Westchester coming off the edge, providing some heat, and making the tackle was David Rush. Good name for a defensive end there, Rush.
Yeah.
He makes the play on that one. So 3rd down and 6 for the Rams. With 8:50 to go in the first half, a tied ball game between Shepherd and Westchester at 7. It's Ryan Beach and Cook, the receivers to the bottom of your screen. Max Fisher is the receiver to the top on 3rd and 6.
So the last time they were down there, they had Cook on the short side. Now this time they have him to the field, but I'm sure he's going to be the primary target again.
And it is Marlon Cook making the catch, trying to get more room on forward progress. Westchester Sterling Barr makes the tackle.
And Barr giving up a little bit of size. He's 5'9", 175 pounds, going up against the 6'2" Cook, but getting physical with the bigger wide receiver.
So it's 4th and 1. Shepherd will elect to go for it, not bring on Jacob Haney in the field goal unit deep in Westchester territory inside the 10-yard line. Hartman is the back, and it looks like we have a timeout taken by the Rams.
So it may have been something where they were just trying to draw Westchester off sides, and that was a different look for that Rams defensive offense, where they had a couple of tight ends in. They had Hartman in, the bigger, more physical running back on 4th and short. And a lot of times when they run with that spread offense, when they get down closer to the end zone or get in these short yardage situations, sometimes the offense has a little bit of trouble getting some traction. But when you have a running back like Hartman, now you have a weapon that you can use in those type of situations. But it looked like the Rams just wanted to see what Westchester was going to do on the defensive side of the ball. Timeout. Let's talk about it. Come out with another plan, because it doesn't look like, I don't know, I see the kicker out there.
I saw Haney kicking a little bit, but
so
I think they're going to go for it still.
I guess Haney was out there just letting him know, Coach, if you need me, I'm ready to go.
So Shepherd is going to go for it. They're going to keep the offense on the field.
Little gamesmanship that time by McCook. Had the big huddle out there. You wasn't sure if it was going to be the special teams unit that was going to go back out there or the offense was going to go back out there. So it was really putting some pressure on that Westchester coaching staff to try to figure out what the Rams are going to do in this 4th and short.
Hartman is the back on 4th and 1. He'll get the carry. Hartman has a big hole, and he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Shepherd. Blake Hartman goes in untouched to give the Rams their first lead of the day here at 13-7 over Westchester with 7:48 to go in this first half.
Tremendous block that time by McCook. You know you always have to keep an eye on McCook when you're down this close to the end zone, and this time he's able to make the play without the ball in his hands. He climbs up to that second level, gets a big block on Caleb Brown, and that's all Blake Hartman needed to get into the end zone untouched. The Rams going with the run down close to the end zone to punch it in to take the lead.
Jacob Haney on to attempt the point after. Kick is up, and it is good. 14-7 Shepherd. 7:48 to go in this second quarter. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When will I be able to retire? How do I make the most of the money I have? How do I leave a lasting legacy to my loved ones? I'm Philip McCoy, financial advisor with the Mirius Group, a private wealth advisory practice of Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated. Call us today at 304-263-4343 to help you make the most of your financial future. Our office is located at 1270 Winchester Avenue, Martinsburg, West Virginia.
Ameriprise Financial Services Incorporated, member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, I'm Annette McDonald, and I am the designer at Orsini's in Martinsburg, West Virginia. We welcome you into our store to show you a complete line of what we do here. We design your cabinetry, quartz countertops, granite countertops, hardware, anything for the full remodel of your kitchen and your home needs. We also do bathrooms, and we have flooring available too. We make sure that your project with Orsini's is the best in the market. Welcome to Orsini's.
Orsini's.com.
We welcome you back here inside the studio. 14-7 Shepherd. They'll take it out to the 20-yard line. Rams on the road, getting the Hartman touchdown run to take the lead for the first time today. 7:43 to go in this first half. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Travis Smith, Colin McLaughlin, our producer. We were talking about maybe getting some pizza, so if anybody wants to bring us some, we are in the studio here at WRNR.
We'll give you a shout-out.
Yeah, we'll give you a shout-out. Just an option. We know the food truck festival is going on. So
just throwing it out there.
Yeah. It's not a requirement, as we have Jordan running here off the left side. And I mean, Cooper Jordan just continues to find holes in this Rams defense. You mentioned it during Westchester's last drive, Travis. It's an opportunity to really get him going. He's been kind of the more explosive weapon for them offensively, and
it's just a much tougher defensive assignment because so far he's shown that he can throw the ball effectively, but he's also just a dynamic runner. When you have a big physical running back like Jaden McKenzie, you also have a very good lead blocker for him, and that's what they did on that last play. Just a straight-up quarterback lead, Jaden McKenzie leading the way.
Jordan escapes the pocket here, doesn't get to the line of scrimmage. Great tackle in space for Shepherd.
Grantham coming up. Got those trademark red gloves. Easy to pick him out when he's out there on the field. Excuse me, pink gloves. For October, breast cancer awareness. And Grantham that time able to close the distance and make a tackle out in space. That is a tough assignment with a quarterback that has that type of mobility as Cooper Jordan does.
3rd down and 5, with 6:25 to go in this first half. Cooper Jordan is in the shotgun formation, and he'll look to throw. Heat up the middle. He'll throw over the middle and incomplete. It'll be 4th down for the Golden Rams. So if you're able to stop the run, I think today for Shepherd, it's proven that they can get some pressure on the quarterback. And there I think it was Nathan Muley who got that initial push from the inside. And force this team to throw the ball in passing situations, it's going to be tough, I think, for Westchester to move the ball if that continues to be the trend.
What the Rams were able to do that time, it wasn't so much that they had great coverage. What that defensive line did, they just kind of kept everything in front of them. It was more contained than you normally see from that Shepherd pass rush. Usually they do such a good job of coming in off the edge and pressuring the quarterback. That's not what you want to do against a quarterback like Cooper Jordan. They contained him in the pocket. It was just 5 wides running down the field, and really nobody broke off to do anything for the quarter. You have to help him out. So I understand you want to spread him out and use those wide receivers, but it has to be at least one guy that's going to try to come across the middle and get open.
Ronnie Dorsey, fair catches there for Shepherd, so the Rams have it at the 35-yard line. First down and 10 for Shepherd. It's offense. 6:07 to go in the first half of play. It's 14-7 Rams on top. Bagent lining up in the pistol formation. Ronnie Brown is the back with 2 receivers out there for Shepherd. They'll go Ronnie Brown off the right side. Not much room. Westchester's defense stacking it up there on the edge. Taylor along with, looked like a Beard there, Elijah Beard.
Also, Caleb Slaughter also in on that tackle. Very good compliment to Jackson. Coming off, he had a quiet game last week versus East Stroudsburg. Slaughter did. Only 1 solo tackle, but so far this season, well, coming into today's game, 27 tackles and 17 of those solo. So nice compliment to Jackson in that linebacking core.
Second down and 9. Bagent escapes the pocket again and throws to the near side, complete to Ryan Beach.
Good pass protection up front.
Right. Young offensive line continuing to make progress each and every week for Shepherd. It is a 5-yard gain on the play. We'll make it 3rd down and 4 from the 41-yard line.
And that was Elijah Beard on the stop. Not too often you have a linebacker matched up on Ryan Beach and then not turn into a spectacular play for the Shepherd Rams, but that time Beard able to make a good play, a good tackle in space. That's going to be huge for Westchester today.
Bagent with no backs in the backfield throws to Ryan Beach, complete for a first down. Again, it's Beard covering Beach, and it works out well for the Rams to move the chains.
And you think about how Kutztown matches up against Shepherd Rams. They're so good at not giving Shepherd those predictable matchups. Shepherd is very good at getting those favorable matchups, usually getting somebody like Ryan Beach matched up on a linebacker or a safety. And so far, it seems like the Rams have been able to find something where they can isolate that matchup. You get Ryan Beach on a linebacker like that, possibly setting up a double move. There's been a couple quick shots to him so far. Could be setting up something later on in today's game.
They'll run Ronnie Brown. This time he's got a hole. He spins out of a tackle around midfield and then is thrown down on the play. It will be 2nd down.
Good lead block that time by McCook. Just a fullback straight out of Central Casting, and I'm just thoroughly enjoying the maturation process of Ronnie Brown, where he's just being more patient, letting those blockers up front do all the dirty work, where he's not having to make the spectacular play. And again, it lends itself to what Coach McCook was saying coming into today's game: make the ordinary play extraordinary. And when Ronnie Brown is patient, letting those guys do the dirty work in front of him, he's a very tough running back to stop.
5-yard carry on the play. Here's play action. Throw it to the near side, complete to Brian Walker. 2nd down and 5 after that, but we'll see.
I'm not sure if that was even a design throw to him or some type of.
Yeah, I don't know if it got tipped or what happened there.
Well, that was a heads-up play that time by Walker.
I thought it was going to EJ
Yeah,
Morgan.
it got tipped. He was throwing it out, and it just fell into his lap. I mean, sometimes it's better to be lucky and good, and this case, it was both. Heads-up play by Walker.
But it's a 1st down for Shepherd. Bagent stepping up, pressure coming off of Joey Fisher's side, and Bagent is sacked on the play. Don't see that very often, but especially only 3 down linemen for Westchester.
And it looked like the offensive line was kind of pinched down to take care of the D lineman. And again, like you mentioned, Nick, you don't see too often where there's a 3-man rush and they get that kind of pressure on the quarterback.
But it's a sack, and we'll bring it back to 2nd and 17 for Shepherd.
That was David Blay in on the tackle. The redshirt freshman coming off of a game last week versus East Stroudsburg where he had 4 tackles, 3 of those solo, has 4 sacks total on the season. So he is a player that can make it happen in the backfield. And we've seen that several times this year. You got to pick your poison on defense. Are you going to send pressure or are you going to drop back into coverage? That time, Westchester elects to go with coverage, only sending 3 down linemen, dropping 8 defenders back into coverage. That's going to make the quarterback hold on to the ball a little bit longer. And the young defensive lineman and David Blay able to get into the backfield and collect his sack of the season.
Bagent on some delayed pressure. He'll look to run. Bagent gets down around the 40-yard line. So it'll be 3rd down here in medium for Shepherd with about 2 minutes to go in this first half. The Rams lead the Golden Rams 14-7. 3rd and 7 for Shepherd at the 39.
Defensive end Zach Leggett was able to make that tackle. And again, Westchester able to get pressure, only rushing 3 down linemen. If they're able to continue to do that, that's really going to be tough on that Rams offense because the quarterback's going to have to hold on to the ball because there are 8 defenders back in coverage. So those windows are going to be pretty tight for him to squeeze it in. And if they're able to get pressure with that front 3 without having to blitz, that's a big advantage for the Golden Rams.
That time Bagent just barely got it away as Westchester did bring the blitz, but with his awareness to find an open receiver, it's Marlon Cook, and Cook takes it forward for a Shepherd first down.
And you could tell Cook, he instantly knew it was going to be a blitz. He runs his hot read. And not only that, he tries to get a hand on the defender to slow him down with that blitz off of the edge. So the wide receiver showing all types of skills in that route. Identifying the blitz, running the right route, and also trying to help out his quarterback with a block.
Bagent looking deep for the end zone and incomplete. Broken up on the play by Barr. It'll be 2nd and 10, trying to hit Brian Walker, the big tight end. What would have been just short of the end zone, but would have been a big play for Shepherd as Bagent liked that matchup there with the one-on-one coverage, but broken up by Barr. Great play on the ball.
We talked about that Rams offense very good at getting those favorable matchups, and you get your big tight end, 6'4", 250, going up against the corner. Sterling Barr, 5'9", 175 pounds, but so far Sterling Barr has shown that he can punch above his weight. He has no problem matching up with the bigger offensive players.
2nd down and 10, about a minute to go. Bagent throwing for the far side, incomplete, intended for Ryan Beach on the play. Good coverage on the Westchester backside by Isaiah McPherson.
And again, that was 3 defenders that were over there having their eye on Ryan Beach. So coming in, you can tell Westchester, what their scouting report focused on is slowing down number 9. Even though he hasn't been the player that he was last year, you don't want to be the team where that fire gets reignited. So they're like, look, we're going to keep this guy under control. We're going to make somebody else beat us. And so far, that has proven to be a pretty successful formula for Westchester early on because Ryan Beach has yet to really put a big impact on today's game, but Marlon Cook said he'll certainly pick up the slack.
So it looks like we got a timeout called by Shepherd. 59 seconds to go in this first half. Let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. 3rd down and 10, 59 seconds to go. 14-7 Shepherd.
The Palace Lounge in Martinsburg is the place to be this football season. Join us Fridays for Martinsburg Bulldog games, Saturdays for Shepherd Rams and WVU games, and every Monday, Thursday, and Sunday nights for the NFL primetime games. We still have steak night every Wednesday, shrimp nights every Thursday, and now taco and margarita nights every Tuesday. So come on in and enjoy the Palace Lounge. We're located at 1350 Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg.
We welcome you back inside the studio here at TV10, 14-7 Westchester. Nick Versling, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us. Colin McLaughlin, our producer, we appreciate Colin and what he's been able to do today. And, of course, we appreciate Westchester University providing us with the feed, even though didn't have room for us there at the field. So 3rd down and 10 for the Rams. 59 seconds to go, and Bagent throws complete to E.J. Morgan. Coming up, making the play there for Westchester was Elijah Beard. It'll be 4th down for Shepherd.
Beard has had himself quite a game so far today. Have him listed as the strong side linebacker. Plays more like a strong safety at 6'3", 190 pounds. He's a big guy out there flying around. I think that 190 might not be doing him justice. He certainly looks like he's 200-plus pounds out there.
It's very similar to what we were talking about earlier with Pena, the converted kind of nickelback type linebacker type player. Beard, though, has that height of the linebacker, but more speed like a safety. So kind of reminds you of maybe Simmons from the Cardinals and the Clemson product there. And kind of that hybrid linebacker safety type that we're seeing more and more in professional but also college football.
It's just you have to have that type of skill set if you want to try to stay on the field. You can't be the old school inside linebacker where you're only going to play those first 2 downs, because teams will quickly identify you and expose those lack of skills. So you want those players. And one guy that kind of comes to mind of that is Deion Buchanan, was a player that the Cardinals had years ago. It kind of was the prototype for that hybrid linebacker that can stay out there on rundowns and also help you out in nickel and dime packages. So you're starting to see that's how the game is starting to go, with teams passing the ball as much as they can. You really have to have those linebackers that are versatile, that can be tough against the run and also play in space.
So we just had an exchange of timeouts on this 4th down and 1 between Shepherd and Westchester with 45 seconds to go in the first half. Looks like Shepherd's going to go for it here, leading 14-7 on the road at Westchester. The first trip to Farrell Stadium for the Rams in this young kind of rivalry / series. The Rams hold the advantage 2-1 over Westchester, but this is only their second meeting since being in the same conference.
And again, these two teams, we've noticed sometimes just styles make fights, and Westchester, just the way they're able to match up with Shepherd, it always turns out to be an entertaining game, a hard-fought game that comes down to the wire. And you have 2 teams calling timeouts on 4th and 1, so both teams are realizing that this is a critical possession. Down 14-7, I'm pretty sure Westchester would be pretty happy about that going into halftime, able to keep the lead to 7, and Shepherd realizing that they're able to get this score, really going to turn things into their favor.
Bagent turns around, gives it to Ronnie Brown, and he's got enough room off that left side to move the chains for another Shepherd first down. Shepherd going quickly on the ball now. Bagent will line up under center, and he'll go play action. Bagent rolling to the right, throws back of the end zone, caught, touchdown Shepherd. Brian Walker is wide open for 6, and the Rams extend the lead to 27 with 31 seconds to go in the first half.
And Walker was the player that had the big block. They got the first down on the previous play. They line up. It was probably 2 plays called when they called that timeout and ready to go. And then they come back with the play action to Ronnie Brown. The defense bites, and Walker's just able to slip behind the defenders and able to get a good catch. And just Brian Walker has just really emerged in the offense this year. And it's something where I don't think where he's like improved as a player. I think he was a pretty good player last year. It's just something where the offense is now in such a place where he's really able to be a bigger impact over the middle.
Haney missing the extra point, so the score remains Shepherd 20, Westchester 7. 31 seconds to go in this first half. We're back in 60.
Remember when you were a little kid and saw your first deer?
Oh, how cute.
As an adult, maybe you've had a different experience.
Where'd that come from?
Bambi mess up your dream machine? Call Cody's Auto Body today at 304-901-4777 and get the work done right the first time. Cody's Auto Body, 851 Wilston Street in Martinsburg, has a team of auto body professionals with a lifetime of experience putting your ride back together again, regardless of how it got that way. Cody's Auto Body.
I'm Jonathan Bodwell, Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare and life insurance agency. We are here to help you navigate the Medicare maze. We represent all of the major carriers, and you do not pay any more to go through us than if you go directly through a carrier. But if you go through us, you have a local professional to help you with all your Medicare needs, not a voice that could be in some other part of the world. Bodwell Insurance Solutions, your local Medicare agency. BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or 304-283-0864.
We welcome you back. 27 Shepherd on top. High kick. It's fair caught around the 28-yard line. That's where Westchester will take back over here with 31 seconds to go. Shepherd gets the ball to start the second half. And Travis, we're kind of in that spot where this has been a second-half team for Shepherd. And depending on what adjustments Westchester's able to make here in this second half, we could see the Rams really pull away in this ball game based on what we've seen on these previous two drives.
So Westchester still have 2 timeouts, 31 seconds, but it may be something where you really don't want to try to force it. You don't want to risk the chance of turning the ball over here because, like you said, it's getting to that point where Shepherd can begin to run away with it. So it might be something to take a conservative approach here late in the first half.
Cooper Jordan slides down around the 33-yard line. Final few seconds are rolling off the clock. It looks like Westchester is content with taking it to halftime at 27 Shepherd. Good first half of play between these two teams. And we will take a break, and when we come back, we will have the Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Your master's degree is as close as Shepherd University. Shepherd's graduate programs are perfect for working adults and will prepare you for the next step in your career. Choose from several degrees perfect for educators, an accredited MBA program, and a master's degree in Appalachian Studies. Visit shepherd.edu/grad studies radio to get started today. Finish your master's or pursue a doctorate in nursing practice. To learn more, visit shepherd.edu/grad studies radio.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic SI based on EPA estimate of MY20 full-line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
We're at the half. Time for a scoring recap, stats and analysis, scores from around the PSAC and Super Region 1, the Division I Top 25, and the latest on the West Virginia University Mountaineers and Marshall University Thundering Herd. Let's get it started as we go back to the field and rejoin our TV 10 broadcast team.
Welcome you back here to the studio. Mansion Freddie Law Firm halftime show. Our score at the half, Shepherd 20, Westchester 7. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us, along with Colin McLaughlin, our producer this afternoon. Travis, Westchester goes down the field, takes that early 7-0 lead, but the Rams answer with touchdowns by Tyson Bagent to Marlon Cook, a rushing touchdown by Blake Hartman, and then a Brian Walker touchdown. Our scoring drive summary is brought to you by Jason Barrett for State Senate. Vote to cut the car tax. Vote Jason Barrett. And Travis, an exciting first half of football between these two teams. Shepherd able to get, though, that 27 lead, and like we said right before halftime, it feels like an opportunity for the Rams to really pull away and close out this football game.
Because we've talked about their slow starts so far this season, but that's not the case today. They've been able to go out and have a very productive first half. You know, they are especially skilled at making those halftime adjustments So right now the Shepherd Rams looking to come out in that second half really to put the pedal to the metal. But something I really like what Shepherd were able to do in the first half, one, they were able to establish the run, and by establishing that run, you were able to set up your play action pass. A lot of those big successful plays for Shepherd came off of the play action pass. And when you're able to have those two aspects of your offense complement each other, that's when this Rams offense is really tough to stop. And that Westchester defense, you can just tell already in the first half, just starting to get worn down by going out there and trying to battle against that offensive attack by the Shepherd Rams. Westchester made some plays early on. I'm not sure if they're going to stick with the rotating quarterbacks here in the second half. I don't know why you would, because the young quarterback has come out and really played well. The team certainly seems to respond to him when he's out there on the field. Cooper Jordan, we knew he was going to be a pretty good player coming into today's game, and he certainly lived up to the hype, able to throw that touchdown pass early on and also make some plays with his legs.
This is the Mansion-Freddie Law Firm halftime show. The Mansion-Freddie Law Firm located in Martinsburg, where it's about seeking justice for you. Go to wvjusticelawyers.com. We'll now get into some first half stats. We'll start with the Shepherd offense. Quarterback Tyson Bagent, 143 yards here at the half for Shepherd, compared to Westchester's Cooper Jordan with 64 yards passing, and Ethan Kohler with 14. The ground game for the two teams, Shepherd, Bagent has led the way with 22 rushing yards. Hartman and Brown just 12 yards each, Travis, but Shepherd keeping consistency with running the football when necessary and keeping that balanced attack that we've really seen over the past few weeks.
And it's something like we mentioned, when you're able to run the ball, that's going to get those offensive linemen engaged. They're going to get the rhythm down as far as going up against that defensive front and getting those linebackers. We already saw that early on in the game that stud linebacker for Westchester has already put his stamp on the game, and Jackson Taylor, he earned that PSAC East Defensive Player of the Year award last year, and he certainly lived up to that so far today. But again, the Rams are just so good at, one, identifying those premier defenders, and two, eliminating them from the game or really limiting their impact on the game. So with Jackson being taken out, something that's kind of stepped up for Westchester is Elijah Beard has been able to come out and make some plays for Westchester. But again, just when Shepherd's able to play like this, especially early on in the game, they're just super tough to stop. The defense has been opportunistic. That's something that we've seen throughout this season so far for the Shepherd Rams, is that not only do they pressure the quarterback, you know you're going to get that with Holloway and Smith, but something that they've added this year is that they have proven to be opportunistic when those balls are hanging around in the middle. Grantham, you know he's not going to be too far away from it, and he's able to get his 4th interception on the year.
Westchester has ran the ball with Cooper Jordan for a total of 40 yards to the quarterback, and McKenzie with 14 yards rushing here at the half. The wide receivers for each team, Marlon Cook leading the team in receptions with 7, Ryan Beach with 4, Brian Walker with 2, and Ronnie Brown with 2. And on the Westchester side, in the receiving yards, Cook has 69 yards receiving, Brian Walker has 23, Ryan Beach with 17, Max Fisher with 17. For Westchester, Seals had that big play to begin the ball game, but besides that, there hasn't been a whole lot from the Westchester offense. 71 yards receiving from Seals. Julian Kelly with just 7 yards receiving at the half. And touchdowns from Seals receiving. Hartman with a rushing touchdown, Marlon Cook and Brian Walker with 2 receiving touchdowns. So those are your halftime stats, brought to you by Dynamark Atlantic Security, reminding you, don't be a statistic. Protect your family, home, and business with the local alarm professionals at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call Ben Copenhaver at 304-671-2158. And we will take a 2-minute break here on the halftime show. When we return, we'll hear from Colin McLaughlin with us in the studio. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
With Honda, every summer adventure is the destination. Take your adventures even farther with Honda, America's most fuel-efficient full-line automaker. For a limited time, well-qualified buyers can get a 2.9% APR on a 2022 Honda Civic and a 3.9% APR on a 2022 Accord or 2023 HRV.
CMA's Honda of Winchester, 3985 Valley Pike. CMA, moving lives forward.
See dealer for financing details. Exclude Civic Si based on EPA estimate of MY20 full line automaker fleet-wide fuel economy 2021 EPA Automotive Trends Report.
Fall into a new career you'll love with WVU Medicine. On Thursday, October 20th, WVU Medicine is hosting a hiring event 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. at the Health Sciences Center on the Berkeley Medical Center campus in Martinsburg. Speak to recruiters and hiring managers about opportunities in patient access, radiology, nursing, and more. To RSVP, check us out on LinkedIn or our Facebook page at WVU Medicine, Berkeley, and Jefferson Medical Centers. We hope to see you there.
If you're in an accident, the first thing that you have to do is call 911. You have to get medical care immediately.
The next thing you need to do is call us. When you hire us at the Skinner Law Firm, what we do is we are going to investigate your case and we're going to lay out the options that you have, all at no cost to you.
We will use all of our resources and all of our experience to get you what you deserve. That's what we mean by treating you like family.
Welcome into the scoreboard show at the half. Shepherd on top of Westchester. I'm Colin McLaughlin, also in the TV10 studio. Great job so far by Nick and Travis, and I'm not just saying that because I'm sitting in between them, but let's get into the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference and give you some scores from around the conference, starting with the Edinboro-Clarion game. It is Edinboro on top of Clarion at the half by a score of 24-7, and also Gannon on top of Mercyhurst 28-7. Other games that will go on in the PSAC later on today at 2 p.m. it will be Shippensburg at Millersville, Seton Hill at IUP, East Stroudsburg at Bloomsburg, and then at 3 p.m. it will be Lock Haven at Kutztown kicking off, and Slippery Rock at California University of Pennsylvania. Kickoff for that one at 3:30. Let's now get you some NCAA Division I football scores for the top 25, as there's a few games currently going on. Let's start off with number 2, Ohio State. They are up currently on Iowa by a score of 16-10 with 8 minutes and 18 seconds to go in the second quarter. 9 minutes and 10 seconds to go in the second quarter. It's number 3, Tennessee, dominating UT Martin by a score of 31-7. Number 14, Syracuse, up by a touchdown against number 5, Clemson, with 5:10 to go in the second quarter. It is 14-7. Clemson just turned the ball over on downs on a 4th and 2, so Syracuse gets the ball back. And the last top 25 matchup currently going on, it's number 21, Cincinnati, leading SMU 17-7 with 8:12 to go in the second. Other top 25 matchups that will kick off later today at 3:30 is number 7, Ole Miss, taking on LSU. Number 9, Oregon against number 10, number 9, UCLA against number 10, Oregon. Number 20, Texas, is at number 11, Oklahoma State. Boston College is at number 13, Wake Forest. Memphis is at number 25, Tulane. And then at 7 p.m. tonight, it's number 24, Mississippi State at number 6, Alabama. Minnesota at number 16, Penn State. And last but not least, at 8 p.m., it's number 17, Kansas State at number 8, TCU. Your West Virginia Mountaineers will take on Texas Tech at 3 p.m. You can listen to that one on the Talk Radio WRNR side of things, 106.5 FM, 740 AM. But here on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, we're at the half, and it's Shepherd on top of Westchester by a score of 20-7. So that's going to wrap up the halftime scoreboard show. We'll take a 2-minute break, and on the other side of that break, you'll hear from Nick and Travis to wrap things up and get ready for the second half kickoff.
You've been in an accident. Why won't the insurance company pay? Because they're trying to save money at your expense. Call Mansion Ferretti for your free consultation. We have the experience to deal with the insurance company and get you the compensation you deserve. Mansion Ferretti, when you need justice.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
We welcome you back here at the half. Shepherd 20, Westchester 7. Nick Verzolini and Travis Smith here at the half, along with Colin McLaughlin. And since Colin failed to mention it, and of course our halftime intro, Travis, it says that we'll tell you about Marshall and West Virginia. Or I guess it probably says West Virginia and Marshall, but either way, the Thundering Herd are in action today against JMU on the road. And another reason I wanted to bring it up is Coach Haynes' brother, Bryant Haynes, is the defensive coordinator at JMU. So a little bit of a Shepherd connection there as well in that matchup. But Shepherd leading here at the half, 20-7, in a good football game against Westchester. Golden Rams taking that early lead. Travis, what are some things that you think each team could do better in the second half? How does Shepherd kind of pull away like we've seen? And how does Westchester get itself back into it? Because it will be Shepherd football to be in the second half.
Well, looking over at Westchester to begin with, I think that they probably need to stop rotating quarterbacks and stick with Cooper Jordan. He just brings an element to that offense that they're sorely lacking, that big play element. And when they go five wide, I think that's something that's going to be to their benefit, to try to spread that defense out. It's really going to put the pressure on one of those inside linebackers to try to check Cooper Jordan in space. But I think they kind of got a little bit complacent with that set in the first half, where they would just usually have those wide receivers and just run the defenders off and expect the quarterback to make a play. You want to try to give him some type of option underneath. So maybe have four of those wide receivers running down, but then have one of them breaking off underneath, so at least the quarterback has one read that he can make before he decides to pull it down and get outside of the pocket. For Shepherd, I just think more of the same. They've done a good job as far as a mix between run and pass. They really haven't been able to break off a long run, but that's not from a lack of trying or technique. It's just that Westchester has a very good front seven at slowing down that running game. But what it does, it helps set up that play action pass. I really don't think that the offense has to change too much. They've done a good job. They've just been calculated and methodical about their offensive approach. And like we mentioned, Shepherd has been a second half team, so So we can see them really start to pick up the tempo here in the second half. But Westchester, they have to get something going on offense. They showed that look earlier in the game where they had the two quarterbacks on the field at the same time. I have to think that that's a setup for something here possibly in the second half for some type of trick play or some type of double pass, and that's something that they're going to need to get back into this game, because as Shepherd gets the ball, they're going to chew up clock. That's something that they've added to the offense this year, just the way they run the ball. They're going to start to chew up clock, and they're going to keep the ball out of the hands of Westchester, and they're just struggling to score points. Like, you're going to have to score points to beat Shepherd, so it's not all on the defense, and that's what Westchester has to do. They have to be productive on offense to give their defense a break, and they got to get some points on the board if they want to claw their way back into this game. But that is one of the drawbacks to being a run-heavy team, is you're really not built to come from behind. So they're in a tough spot, and they're going to have to make some plays on the offensive side of the ball if they're looking to get back into this game.
All right, let's take another break here on the halftime show. When we return, we will get you set for the second half kickoff. This is Shepherd and Westchester on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. Rams leading 20-7.
Larry DeMarco team at Modern Realty Results believes buying a new home requires a dedicated team that cares about your needs and concerns. Our experienced team is from the area, and we care about this community because it is our home as well. Whether it's a $30,000 home or a $3 million home, we will be hands-on and invested throughout the entire process. Thinking of buying or selling in West Virginia? We've got the tri-state area covered.
I picked Shepherd University because I'm not just a number.
One of the things that surprised me is how friendly everyone is.
I like being able to walk down the street and have the professors recognize me by name.
I'm constantly learning.
But it also has taught me so much about myself and about what I want to do with my future.
The location at Shepherd is amazing.
Cities like Washington, D.C., Baltimore are only about an hour and a half away.
You've just got to see it. Once you see it, it just takes your heart.
Before the invitations and the dress, the flowers, cake, candles, or vows, there was an answer to a question proposed with a ring.
Bechtel Jewelers knows that an important part of your wedding happens before the I-dos. We're a diamond store with an engagement and bridal jewelry selection that's both exciting and accessible.
On the big day, there's everything else, and there's the ring. Make sure you get this one right at Bechtel Jewelers in Inwood.
My kids, you know I want the best for you, don't you? We need to have a conversation.
End-of-life planning is no one's favorite discussion, but the relief of having everything in place when the hour of need arrives is a gift. Give it to your family. Plan ahead with us.
Brown Funeral Homes, a leading provider of cremations, invites you to explore the many flexible options of cremation. From environmental considerations to the benefit of greatly reduced cost, it may be the perfect answer for your family. Online at brownfuneralhomeswv.com. Brown Funeral Homes, here for you.
With 4 new car dealerships and 4 used car dealerships in 3 states, Parsons is the largest used car and fastest growing new car dealer in the tri-state area. Take Parsons Ford with huge savings on hundreds of new Fords, financing from 0%, Parsons' goal of financing for all, and Parsons' famous above-market trade-in allowances that help make Parsons #1 for used cars too. See why so many won't buy anywhere but Parsons Ford in Martinsburg. We became #1 by making you #1 first. Parsons.
We welcome you back to Shepherd Westchester action. About a minute and a half to go before this second half gets started. Our second half kickoff is brought to you by the Neon Moon Tavern, located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg. Also the host of Monday Night Mayhem. Each Monday night you can join Colin McLaughlin, Spencer Dupuis, along with head coach Ernie McCook and quarterback Tyson Bagent. Don't know why I was thinking Travis Bagent. Well, Travis Bagent will be there as well for arm wrestling. But all part of Monday Night Mayhem. It's a show that I think Colin and Spencer have gotten it kind of on a roll a little bit, talking to some players, telling some funny stories. So definitely a good time there at Monday Night Mayhem. So tune in every Monday from 6 to 8 p.m. leading up to the kickoff of Monday Night Football, or head out to the Neon Moon and enjoy some Monday Night Football and live Mayhem. I know Colin and Spencer were singing last week. They were singing karaoke. Not on the show, but off the show, Travis. That is a sight to behold, I'm sure. But
sounds pretty good.
Yeah.
That's enough. I'm sold. I'm sold. Yeah, you telling me that? I'm sold. I got to go check it out.
Yeah. I'm sure it's entertaining, at least, at the very least. But 27 our score. Shepherd on top of Westchester. So we get you set for this third quarter between the Rams and the Golden Rams. We appreciate, as we are live from the studio, unfortunately Westchester doesn't have enough space for us to travel to do this broadcast, so fortunately at least we're able to do something, and they were able to send us a feed from the company that does their broadcast in.
It's also nice of them to let us know before we make that trip up there. That would have been pretty disappointing to make that trip all the way up there and be like, there's no room at the end.
Well, that's why you always ask before you show up. As kickoff will go into the end zone. Shepherd will start with the football on their own 25-yard line. Those all-important site surveys, Travis.
There you go. We were trained by the best.
Shepherd has it from the 25-yard line, first down and 10. And it seems like Shepherd's offense is starting to make that turn where they just become unstoppable. We'll see if that trend continues, or if Westchester, which of course is a well-coached team, can they make the adjustments and maybe slow Shepherd down again like they were able to begin this ball game. As Bajan has it in the shotgun formation, 3 receivers set, and Bajan takes the handoff, or takes the snap and hands it off to Ronnie Brown running off the left side. He's stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Still not a whole lot of room to run for Shepherd, but sticking with the run, which is always important if you want to have a balanced attack and have a successful offensive flow to the ballgame.
And very similar to the way Shepherd started today's game, just a simple zone run, putting the ball in Ronnie Brown's hands. There's always that potential that he can make something special happen when he touches the ball. And again, on first down, even if you get 1 yard, maybe you get 2 yards on first down, just whatever you have to do where you're not facing a 2nd and 10, because that just puts the offense in handcuffs, and it's just a huge advantage for the defense because they know that you certainly don't want to face a 3rd and 10. So it really is to the defense's benefit on 2nd and 10. So if you're able to get something on first down, it's something where you can really take some pressure off of your own offense.
Tom Burns appeared to be injured on the play for Westchester, so 2nd down and 9 for the Rams. Third quarter just getting started, and Bajan takes the snap, steps up in the pocket, throws underneath, complete to Marlon Cook for E.J. Morgan for a first down.
Morgan doing a good job just settling into an empty space in that secondary. That's something that you can get with a veteran wide receiver, just able to recognize and maybe not run the route the way it was specifically drawn up, but having enough football IQ to know if I settle down in space, I know I have a quarterback that's going to be able to deliver an accurate football.
Agent play action, fakes it to Ronnie Brown. Now he'll tuck it and go and slide down around the 45-yard line. So Shepherd will have it after Elijah Beard comes up and makes the tackle. Will be 2nd down.
He buzzes over top of Bajan, letting him know that it was a good idea for him to slide down. But what you're starting to see with that Shepherd offense is that you're starting to see a true RPO begin to emerge. Tyson Bajan getting more and more comfortable running with the ball. So not only does he have that run fake to the running back, when he pulls it, you know that they're going to have some type of passing option off of that. But what makes it a true RPO is that the quarterback also has that option to run the ball as well.
Bajan takes the snap, will hand it to Ronnie Brown, and Brown again stacked up at the line. Westchester defense making plays. Onyetanwu coming up and making the stop there. So it'll be 3rd down and 5 for the Rams from the 45-yard line of from their own 45-yard line, excuse me. Bajan in the gun, Adam Stilley directing traffic among that offensive line.
And we're just seeing a patience with this Rams offense. No need to force it.
Blitz comes through. Bagent dumps down underneath, complete for a first down to Marlon Cook at midfield. Even with the pressure, Tyson Bagent keeps his eyes downfield and finds the open target.
And a lot of crossing routes having success today for Shepherd, and that's something you want to do to try to get away from that man coverage. That's why Tyson was able to pick up huge chunks in the run game early on, because Westchester going with a man coverage, one of the ways you can beat that man coverage is going by crossing routes over the middle.
First down and 10, 12:15 to go in this third quarter. Bagent steps up in the pocket, rolls to the left. Now looks to run again, and he'll step out of bounds. Tyson Bagent continuing to do more and more with his legs. And I wonder how much that adds to maybe Bagent's draft stock, because we've seen so many running quarterbacks.
You just read my mind on that, Nick. Going into the, projecting him going to the next level. He doesn't have that prototypical size of being 6'4" or 6'5", so something that they're really going to take a closer look at is how mobile can he be. Not that's his calling card. He is a polished passer, but if he can able to show those NFL scouts that he can also extend plays with his mobility, that's going to be a huge plus in his chances of going to the next level.
4-yard pickup. Bagent throws a little wide of Brian Walker and nearly intercepted. Good coverage by Barr. It's been interesting that Barr, the corner, 5'9", has matched up with Walker throughout this game. Back to Bagent here for a second. I mean, we're seeing more and more mobile quarterbacks, though, nowadays. I mean, even you look at like Patrick Mahomes and Josh Allen, those guys can run. It's not their go-to. They're not Lamar Jackson, where that's kind of their strength. But that adds to Bagent's game. If you want to be an NFL quarterback now, you just don't have those Peyton Manning types too much anymore that aren't going to run at all.
And it's something from necessity, because what you see on the defensive side of the ball is that those defensive ends are just getting more and more athletic. So you have to have that option of a quarterback that can pull it down and make something happen with their legs.
Bagent throwing deep. I don't know what happened. I think it's a touchdown. It's a touchdown, but we missed it there, unfortunately. So touchdown Shepherd, probably a great play.
You have to take our word for it.
What a job by, I think it was Ronnie Brown, to score on that one. We apologize for that, but again, nothing we can really do. We are not there. We are not on site. We are in the studio taking a feed from another network. So just kind of doing our best with that. But touchdown Rams, 26-7, 11:18 to go in this third quarter. Jacob Haney on to attempt the extra point. And Haney's kick is good. So Shepherd 27, Westchester 7, 11:18 to go in this third quarter. We'll take a break, and then we'll return with more Shepherd Rams football on TV 10.
Mayhem is everywhere.
I'm your new bangs, and you can't stop staring at me. That's it. Just tilt the rearview mirror over here. And while you're checking me out more times than a library book, your car is wandering into that lane over there. More bangs? Neat. And if you've got cut rate insurance, you could be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate.
Call Martinsburg Allstate agent Gary Kelly today at 304-263-4596.
When I was in high school, I was a troubled kid. Hannah Geffert took me into her family and treated me like her son. Today, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, a college graduate, and have a successful job. Hannah Geffert doesn't just talk about caring for children, she does it. She did it for me. Vote to keep Hannah Geffert as your state senator. She will take care of you too.
We welcome you back to Westchester and Shepherd. Shepherd leading 27-7 after the touchdown pass from Tyson Bagent, and the kickoff fair caught inside the 10-yard line, which will move it out to the 25 due to college football rules. 27-7 our score. This third quarter brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance, your total insurance solution at 121 Administrative Drive in Martinsburg, along with Parsons Ford. They became number one by making you number one first, located at 1400 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg. 27-7, Shepherd on top of Westchester, 11:18 to go in this third quarter. And it will be first down and 10 for the Golden Rams. They'll run off the far side with Jordan, and Jordan finds a little bit of room before being forced out of bounds. Dwayne Grantham, the man on the edge, and Grantham appears to be a little bit shaken up. He'll head to the sideline. So hopefully everything good there, because Grantham has just been a stud since transferring from Lackawanna. It's about a 2-yard gain on the play. It'll be second down and 8 for the Golden Rams.
And a zone read look for that Westchester offense with McKenzie coming downhill hard on that dive up the middle. And Jordan Cooper able to pull it and get around to the outside and pick up a quick gain on first down.
They'll run McKenzie there off the wide side, or the short side of the field again, and again, Shepherd is there to make the play. So quickly here, it's 3rd and 8. No gain on that run. And the Golden Rams are in a tough situation. 3rd down and 8, down by 20 at 27-7 with about 10 minutes to go in the third quarter.
And it has been tough sledding for McKenzie so far this season. Coming into today's game, only averaging 3.6 yards per carry, and you figure with young quarterbacks, teams are just really stacking the box and making it tough on it.
Jordan throws deep and incomplete. Wanted to go deep down the middle of the field. Good coverage on the play by Shepherd, and a 3-and-out for Westchester. As we continue to get in these situations, we're now another score for Shepherd, Travis. You'd go up 27 with the third quarter winding down. You got to feel good about how Shepherd's executed since getting down early on 7-0.
And it was something where they weren't panicked, and it's just been a calculated, methodical approach today, really not trying to force anything, even though they haven't.
But Shepherd muffs the punt. Ball is loose. Westchester picks it up, and that could be a momentum shift that the Golden Rams were looking for. What a shift in momentum. It looked like Dorsey just didn't look it in all the way on the punt, as it was going to be Shepherd football in pretty good field position.
Matt Marshall with the recovery, the 5'10", 175-pound redshirt freshman out of Philadelphia, PA.
Those plays can be highly costly when you have a mistake on special teams, and that will set up the Golden Rams or just outside the red zone at the 25-yard line of Shepherd.
And that was something early on this season and several times last year where the Rams would have some miscues on special teams, but it seemed like they had kind of able to turn the corner so far this year. But once again, the moment you take your hands off the wheel, sometimes things can get a little bit crazy on special teams.
McKenzie finds a big hole, gets it inside the 20-yard line. Pena comes up and makes the tackle.
And it's something where, like, McKenzie's going to need that lead block. That time it was similar, like a trap play up front. They've tried to run him just like zones off tackle. That's really not his strength. He's not a speed guy, so really not in his wheelhouse to try to run plays like that. But if you're able to run like a trap or some type of wham inside where he has some lead blocker, that's when he's really tough.
Kohler back on the field for 2nd down and 2. They'll run McKenzie again. Stutter steps in the hole, bounces it to the outside, and picks up the first down. Keyshawn Haley forcing him out.
McKenzie using that big paw stiff arm, getting Pena off of him. And again, if you're going up against a big running back, what you want to try to do is get him to turn his shoulders where he's going east and west and not north and south, because he's pretty tough to stop when he's able to come downhill and just make one cut. If you can make him kind of reset his feet and try to bounce it outside, that's going to be to your advantage as a defender, because he's just a big, strong, powerful running back.
Well, it looks like McKenzie just kind of ran a lot to the outside because he did not get that first down. So it'll be 3rd down and 2 Some trickery here with Jordan in the game. They'll give it to him, and he'll bounce it outside and be close to that first down marker.
And that one, the young quarterback needed just a bit of patience on that play. He had it inside. McKenzie was his lead block inside, and he just got happy feet, bounced it outside. That was a good kick-out block by the offensive lineman that was pulling, and it was just the young quarterback the game's going 100 miles an hour for him. If he just took a little bit off on that play, he would have had a nice hole up in the middle, and it would have been a little less adventurous for that Westchester offense.
4th and 1, they'll go QB sneak, and Jordan dives forward. He should have enough for a Westchester first down. The bottom of that pile was Solomon Alexander for Shepherd, but it is a first down for the Golden Rams, trailing by 20 at 27-7 with 8 minutes to go in this third quarter.
Big surge up front by the Golden Rams offensive line.
Ball marking inside the 15-yard line. Kohler back in the game at quarterback for Westchester. He'll take the snap and look to throw. Throws it over the middle, a dart, and incomplete. Intended for his tight end, Thatcher Miller. The 6'4", 225-pound freshman couldn't quite haul it in. It'll be 2nd down and 10.
And you have to credit that Westchester offensive line. You have 2 different signal callers coming in the game so far. No false starts, any type of penalties or anything like that. So a lot of concentration up front when you have 2 different voices calling that cadence, that nobody's going to jump off sides or mess up the snap count. So credit to that unit up there being tough and focused today.
McKenzie going hard up the middle there on the carry. Gets it down to about the 6-yard line. It will be 3rd down for Westchester after the muffed punt from Rodney Dorsey sets up Westchester on this drive. 3rd down and 2. Bednarski and Muley in on the interior defensive line with Holloway and Smith coming off the edge for this 3rd and 2. Kohler in the gun. He'll look to throw. Kohler pumps once, throws over the middle, caught. Touchdown, Westchester. It's caught on the play by Mari Wright, and Wright takes it into the end zone to make it 27-13 with 6:53 to go in the third quarter. And the Golden Rams take advantage of that muffed punt and also kind of throw you off a little bit with a pass play on 3rd and 2.
Something they've been able to use the running game to get down here this close to the goal line, but again, that's one of the reasons why they're rotating quarterbacks, because Kohler, the bit more of a polished passer, and able to punch it in and chip away at this lead so far.
Sam Henry's extra point is good, so Westchester takes advantage of the turnover on the punt and take a 27-14 lead with 6:57 to go in this third quarter. Let's take a break, and then when we return, we'll have more Shepherd University Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
This is Ben Copenhaver, your local alarm professional at Dynamark Atlantic Security. Did you know that home break-ins are 6% more likely during the day? That's right. The bad guys know when you're away, and they are smarter than you think. Dynamark Atlantic Security has the security solutions for you. Don't commit the error when the game is on the line. Phone me today at 304-671-2158 to learn how to play good defense against the bad guys. Dynamark Atlantic Security. Call today at 304-671-2158.
Ollie's VIP North Side is the best spot to catch all your favorite teams. Join us Monday for Dollar Wings and Monday Night Football, Thursdays on the patio for the Cornhole Tourney, Friday night lights with happy hour specials, or Saturdays during or after the college games for steak night. Get a ribeye or New York steak for just $26.95. Ollie's has great food and drink menus too, along with 17 TVs to watch any game of your choice from anywhere at the bar or their outdoor patio and fire pit. So stop by and see for yourself today at 36 Veronica Drive in Martinsburg. That's Ollie's VIP North Side. We'll see you for the game.
We welcome you back. Shepherd 27, Westchester 14 with 6:57 to go in this third quarter. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Travis Smith, along with Colin McLaughlin here in the studio. As Shepherd will return this kickoff and actually let it go into the end zone for a touchback. So Rams offense back on the field. We're clicking really well, but Rodney Dorsey muffs a punt to set up Westchester to go into the end zone and get back into this ball game. Travis, our scoring drive summary is brought to you by Jason Barrett for State Senate. Vote to cut the car tax. Vote Jason Barrett. 27-14 our score. But like I said, Travis, working their way back into it here. Westchester taking advantage of that muff punt.
And we talked about it during our pregame. Keys for Westchester trying to find some type of way to get an extra possession for that offense, because you know you're going to have to put up a lot of points in order to have a chance to beat Shepherd. And that muffed punt, that's exactly what happened. They were able to get that offensive possession and punch it in and come away with points.
Big hole for Ronnie Brown as he accelerates out toward midfield. And that's the first real big run of the day for the Rams.
And that's why you keep running the ball, because you know eventually you're going to be able to get that run. And the Rams showed a heavy look to the right, and the defense adjusted, moved over to try to take care of that. And then the Rams, a little bit of trickeration, running back to the weak side. So again, the Rams do such a good job, one, of identifying those mismatches, but that time able to beat Westchester with formation.
Bajan in the gun, and he'll hand it off again. There goes Ronnie Brown, lowering the shoulder, finding room again off that left side for Brown. It'll be second down for Shepherd.
And again, just a good patient run that time by Ronnie Brown, not trying to make too much happen, not too quick to try to bounce it outside. We just talked about the young quarterback for Westchester, Cooper Jordan, bouncing it outside. Ronnie Brown, you kind of went through those growing pains a little bit as he's gotten more and more involved in the offense. Now you're starting to see him. He's looking for those tough yards inside as opposed to just bailing out and trying to use his speed to get to the corner.
Swing pass out to Ryan Beach. He'll stutter step, still on his feet. Ryan Beach inside the 25, finally pushed out around the 15-yard line. Jackson Taylor coming over to make the stop. It will be first down, Shepherd in the red zone.
Wow, Jackson Taylor, just tremendous range from that middle linebacker spot. Initially blitzed, then he was able to bounce off of an offensive lineman, come back outside, and make that touchdown-saving tackle against Beach. Good play by Beach. That was a very impressive play by a middle linebacker, getting out there and tracking down a slot wide receiver.
First down and 10 for the Rams with Ronnie Brown in the backfield. They'll go play action, throw it out underneath to Kenny Edlin, the transfer from Westchester, and he doesn't find too much room. And a name we've called a lot today, Barr, combining with Elijah Beard in on that tackle. Be second down.
So we've said those two defenders' names a lot today. They've played very good. They've just been out on the field too long. Shepherd has just done a good job of just extending this drive, moving the chains. They've had their big plays here and there, but it's just been a sustained offensive attack. And just when the Rams are able to just gear down like this and just grind out drives, super tough to stop.
Looks like Shepherd believes this is an encroachment going against Westchester. Both sides kind of pointing in the opposite directions, and it will be against the Golden Rams, so that will move Shepherd forward to a 2nd and 1 with 4:33 to go in this third quarter. It's Shepherd 27, Westchester 14, and the Rams are on the edge of extending this lead even more against the Golden Rams of Westchester. 2nd and 1 from the 6. They'll run Ronnie Brown. Brown has the first down, sheds off one tackler, dives toward the end zone. Going to be marked just short, but it is a 1st and goal, Shepherd, and around the 1-yard line.
There's so many aspects to his game that you like, but the one that just jumps out at you every single time he touches the ball is just desire. Like, he ran that football like his life depended on it. Such a tough guy to tackle. Good hands out of the backfield. He's also a very tough pass blocker. Just Ronnie Brown just throughout this season has shown you that he can help out a team in so many ways. And he's just tough to bring down. He plays much bigger than what he's listed as 6 foot, 190 pounds. And I tell you what, he gives you every drop of it every time he touches the ball.
Bajan takes the sneak into the end zone for the touchdown. Shepherd to go up 33-14 with 3:50 to go in this third quarter. Just a power sneak right up the middle for Tyson Bajan, and he lunges over for 6.
And Bajan collects his 4th rushing touchdown of the season. So again, Bajan, he's showing you all aspects of his game as well. You figure there are a lot of scouts that are coming out to check out Tyson Bajan, but that's also an opportunity for all those other players out there on the field to showcase their skills as well. Ronnie Brown, he's certainly taking that to heart, and Tyson Bajan just showing them that not only can I throw the ball, I can also pull it down and make it happen with my legs.
Haney on to attempt the extra point, which would extend this lead back out to 20. The point after is up, and it is good. 34-14 Shepherd, 3:47 to go in the third. We're back in 60.
Hi, this is Lauren from Orsini's right here in Martinsburg. Grilling is not just for the boys. We are a Platinum Traeger dealer carrying the Pro Series all the way up to the Timberline Series. We have every flavor of wood pellets along with accessories, rubs, sauces. Not just Traeger, we carry Utz, Meat Church, Lanes, and Dizzy Pig. We also carry a full line of Yeti products. Orsini's has everything to complete your backyard. Visit us at 360 Hack Wilson Way or at Orsinis.com.
Located at 4529 Shepherdstown Road in Martinsburg, the Neon Moon Tavern has delicious food and cold beverages. Stop on in Mondays for some mayhem with us and Shepherd quarterback Tyson Bajan, or on Tuesday for some gourmet tacos. Wednesdays is whiskey and trivia night. Thursday is steak night. Fridays are dinner specials. Saturdays there's live music. And Sunday morning is brunch. We're open every day from 11 a.m. to 3 a.m. Call us at 304-260-4002 for takeout or stop on in to the Neon Moon Tavern.
We welcome you back. Shepherd 34, Westchester 14, 3:47 to go in this third quarter. Haney will boot it away for the Rams. And Westchester will fair catch again inside the 10-yard line. That's kind of been the strategy that we've seen in these kickoffs as of late for both Shepherd and for Westchester. 34-14, Shepherd on top. Nick Verzolini, Travis Smith, happy to have you with us. Kyle McLaughlin in the studio with us as well. 34-14 our score.
And just the Rams offense just beginning to impose their will, and as this lead begins to widen, it really puts Westchester in a difficult spot because they're a team, they prefer to run the ball. They like to, go to ground and pound, and just not able to do that when you're behind double digits.
As here's a pass out to the near side, complete for Westchester.
It was Deshaun Seals with the reception, like we mentioned, has kind of taken over some of the kick returning duties and punt returning duties with Phil Pokey being out. Pokey's been out since October 8th. His last game was against Shippensburg.
Here's a snap and now a handoff, run play to the outside with McKenzie running forward to about the 37-yard line.
And again, just your classic zone read. The running back runs downhill. Haley collapsed down to take care of the running back. And once the quarterback's able to make that read, he pulls it, gets out on the edge, and able to pick up a chunk.
First down and 10. Under 3 minutes to go. They'll throw to the far side complete, but not much room on that reception.
And again, that Shepherd Rams defense, they show why they're so tough to play against, because you might have that brief window where it looks like you have an opportunity, and they're so fast and they're so smart that they're able to recover quickly. That time we talked about getting some high percentage, some safe throws for the young quarterback in Westchester, and they've been able to do that. Cooper Jordan's been able to take advantage of that, but again, that Shepherd Rams defense just rallies to the football for 4 quarters of football. Just tip-top shape, effort, and desire.
Second down and 10, 2:17 to go in this third quarter, throwing deep down the middle of the field and incomplete. They wanted right. He was open. had Dante Harrison beat down the middle of the field, but the pass falls just incomplete.
And again, that was going to be a difficult catch for the wide receiver looking back over his outside shoulder. It was just a weird angle. The ball's coming at him, and from the looks of the shadows on the field, looked like he may have had to look back into the sun. So that was going to be a tough catch if he was able to pull it in.
3rd and 10 for Westchester in the offense. Jordan calling out singles at the line of scrimmage, and a flag coming in from that far side. We'll see if this goes against Shepherd or goes against Westchester. Again, the Rams are pointing at their counterparts, the Golden Rams, and it will go against Westchester. So Shepherd's been good on these kind of hard counts on offense, and now good on them for the defensive side as well. It'll be 3rd and 15 for the Golden Rams with 2:09 to go in this third quarter. That backs up the Westchester offense, who again split that quarterback time between Cooper Jordan and Ethan Kohler, the two freshmen. Kohler typically more the passing quarterback, but on 3rd and 15, since it's kind of been Jordan's drive, he's going to stay out there, and he'll roll out to the near side, throw back across his body, and incomplete. Intended on the play for Bowens, and Westchester will be forced to punt on a 4th and 15.
And again, that's just not what this team is built to do, is try to pass the ball as much as they're kind of forced into doing it now, being down by 20 points. It will be nice to keep trying to run the ball, but it's just the situation just is not going to allow for it. And right now you're having to play towards your weakness, and that's when this Rams defense really begins to shine.
So here's the punt. High kick. Shepherd will field it at the 30-yard line. Dorsey bounces off one tackler and then goes backwards down to about the 25. But the Rams will take back over.
And still pretty good field position, even though he wasn't able to get a return. Setting up shop at the 27. It's been pretty good field position so far today for the Rams offense. Not that they need any help, but they'll certainly take it.
Extending the lead now out to 20 again after that last drive for Shepherd to make things 34-14. Shepherd on top, 1:51 to go in this third quarter. Tyson Bajan in the offense back on the field. They'll run with Blake Hartman, and Hartman fights forward to about the 30-yard line. Again, running off that left side, and we've seen a great job from Donovan Reiser today, who's kind of taken over the left guard spot. Typically him and Wyatt Pelicano rotate their left guard. Don't know if Pelicano's suffered an injury or if Reiser has just kind of played really well, so they're rolling with him. But off that left side, another Lackawanna transfer making a big impact on this team. Here's the throw complete to the far side for Ryan Beach, and Beach has a first down and more for Shepherd on that quick pass.
And again, the quarterback didn't even take time to get his hands on the laces. As soon as he got the snap, he threw it out to the wide receiver. Beach able to make it happen with the run after the catch. And again, Rams really getting back to their bread and butter type plays, getting the ball quickly to Ryan Beach and letting him make something spectacular happen. Good block out there on the edge that was able to free up Ryan Beach to pick up that first down.
50 seconds to go in the third quarter. Walker and McCook go in motion from left to right. First down and 10. They'll fake to Hartman. Bajan looking deep. Down the middle of the field and incomplete. Trying to hit Cook. Good coverage on the play for Westchester. Be second down and 10.
I believe that might have been Alfonso Foray was the intended target. But sometimes we don't get the best angle being back here at the studio, so we're doing the best that we can. But the Rams using that play-action pass on first down, try to catch Westchester off guard, but the errant pass not able to take advantage of it.
I believe you're correct, Travis. It looks like Foray has yellow gloves. Here's a pass to Cam Dorner. Somebody actually brought us pizza. Wow.
That's awesome. A little football, a little pizza is a pretty good Saturday.
Unbelievable. You got to love these Shepherd Rams fans. Colin, do we have a name? Sandra? All right,
Sandra.
shout out Sandra. Coming
There we
in
go.
clutch on this Saturday afternoon as this third quarter concludes with Shepherd on top, 34-14 over Westchester, led to the fourth. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When I was in high school, I was a troubled kid. Hannah Geffert took me into her family and treated me like her son. Today, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, a college graduate, and have a successful job. Hannah Geffert doesn't just talk about caring for children, she does it. She did it for me. Vote to keep Hannah Geffert as your state senator. She will take care of you too.
Apologize for that as we didn't have any audio there for a little bit, but we are back now with the audio. 2nd down and 1. Here's a pass again, and in and out of the hands, incomplete. Intended for Cam Dorner. And as we were saying, but nobody actually heard it, the Oakdale product drops that one, but he's been playing really well. But played for our very own Rob Mario. And that's actually, Travis, what Rob taught him how to do, not catch the football.
And that's why Rob played running back when he was in high school. That's what you do with wide receivers that can't catch you. You put them in the backfield. You cut out the middleman.
I was giving him credit earlier, but, hey, that didn't go over the air, so.
You had
3rd
a
and
chance
1.
to revise.
Ronnie Brown, the running back in the backfield. They'll run Ronnie Brown up the middle. He has the first down and more down to about the 30-yard line.
Just running right behind Stilley that time, and nothing fancy. Just kept his feet churning and able to push the pile forward to get that first down.
1st and 10, Shepherd. Again, building that lead out to 20 points. Bajan adjusting at the line of scrimmage in the pistol formation. McCook going in motion from right to left. They'll run Hartman. Hartman bounces off tacklers, and he's going to take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Shepherd. His 2nd touchdown run of the day, and the Rams extend the lead to 40-14 with 13:15 to go in this 4th quarter. What a run by Blake Hartman.
Hartman running behind McCook again, making his impact felt in the running game. McCook's leading up in that hole right behind big pulling guard Wyatt Pelicano. When the Rams are able to run that power, they run it very well, and Hartman is that type of running back where he's able to make those reads and adjustments on the fly and take it right up the middle. Hard-nosed running game for the Rams today that really set the tone in today's contest.
Haney on to attempt the extra point, and the kick is up and no good. So Shepherd still leading 40-14 with 13:05 to go in this fourth quarter. We'll take a 60-second break. When we're back, we'll have more Shepherd Rams football on TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
At the Berkeley County Health Department, our motto is prevent, promote, protect. Since 1935, our mission has been to provide clinical and environmental services to protect the health of the general public. We're committed to building public health in our community by offering a wide range of services, including blood pressure screening, breast and cervical screening, family planning, counseling, lab testing, and more. We perform health inspections to make sure the restaurants you visit are clean, and we prepare and coordinate plans to respond to all hazards. The Berkeley County Health Department, 122 Waverly Court, Martinsburg.
Hello?
We're here again 3 times in the past 2 days.
You're where?
Bechtel Jewelers. Look.
Can Mom hear you?
No, she's in a diamond coma. Get her the pendant, or I will.
Hey, that's my credit card.
What? Can't hear you, Dad. You're breaking up.
It's going to take more than a crying baby to wake her out of this diamond coma. You're going to need a mega dose of jewelry from Bechtel Jewelers.
We welcome you back to to the studio as Shepherd leads Westchester 40-14. Rams on top. One thing that has been kind of nice about this adjustment, besides, of course, the pizza that I was not expecting, but we did get, and we appreciate the person that brought that for us. But fourth quarter, 13 minutes to go, is we get to actually see the replay, Travis. So we kind of got to really see McCook blow up that linebacker like you were talking about, and kind of a nice thing about it. But
it's always nice to show some love to the guys up front doing all the dirty work.
Here is a run play with McKenzie again. But then, of course, on that kind of play where the camera moves unexpectedly, we don't really see who made the tackle. So, I mean, it has its benefits. It has its negatives as well. But, hey, just to get the game on for the Ram fans, that's really the most important thing, and we're able to do that for you. So, 40-14, Shepherd on top. Offense moving the ball for Westchester here with Kohler in, and they'll run McKenzie off this left side.
Yeah, it's a late hit.
Travis, you're now ahead of all of us. You saw the future there. I'm like, late hit. He's still in the field of play.
It's been a new experience. Sometimes there's the delay, and sometimes you're ahead of the curve. So
apparently a whole drive I was ahead by like a second or two.
Yeah.
So I was just spoiling everything for everybody.
So I've just been like leaning over behind Colin watching his computer screen because his feed was on time. And that referee's pants are up really high. My goodness, those are overalls. My man. Come on. Take them down a couple inches. He's trying to make a statement. I don't know quite what he wants to say. Oh, man. More penalties, please.
40-14, Shepherd on top. Here's Kohler looking deep, throws down the field, and intercepted. Intercepted by Shepherd. That couldn't see the number because of the replay graphic, but I think it might have been Haley. Yeah, I'm not certain there. I have to look at the stats after the game, or potentially now, depending on if they update for me. But just a duck that sat out there, and the Rams defense was there to make the play. At 40-14, Shepherd leading and has the football now and can really start to milk that clock as we've seen in this second half, the rushing attack really getting going for the Rams, whether it be Ronnie Brown or Blake Hartman. And with 12:13 to go, Shepherd can continue that run that football. And as the weather gets colder and stuff, I mean, they're going to need this running game. Well, as I say all that, they start the drive of a quick pass out to Max Fisher, but that's very similar to a run, and Fisher does his work to get a first down for Shepherd.
And he's a big physical wide receiver, 6'3", 220. And you get him the ball out there on the edge going up against a smaller corner. You figured that he's going to be able to get yards after contact, and that's what they are able to do. And the Rams, like you mentioned, they've been able to run the ball successfully, but every once in a while you have to break that tendency and throw on first down and catch the defense off guard. Oh, ball.
1st and 10. Oh, Travis, again, you're ahead, man. But the ball comes out, and Westchester appears to have it. A flag, though, also on this play.
And from the looks of it, I think it's going to be defensive encroachment, so I think the Rams are going to get the ball back.
That's good.
Looks like the defender was lined up like way in the neutral zone trying to get back there.
A rare high snap from Adam Stilley. He has been Tyson Bajan's center since they first started playing football, essentially. I mean, he did go to WVU for a few years, but they've known each other that long, so they don't have chemistry issues when it comes to any sort of snap, but a rare high snap from Stilley, that gets the ball back. For Shepherd, though, was the encroachment, so it nearly gave the ball to Westchester, but instead the encroachment gets the ball back to Shepherd. So now I'm behind, Colin, because you made that adjustment there. And Ronnie Brown running the ball. So I'll have to try to catch all you guys. Hold up.
Now, see, now I'm in a tough spot. So now I have to wait for Nick because I'm following your lead. So I can't look at the big screen in front of me because I have to wait for you to see what's going on first.
I think I'm pretty much there now. Yeah, I think we're good.
All right.
I might be like a half second ahead of you, but it's close enough. Rodney Dorsey in the game at wide receiver along with Foray and Fisher. Bajent standing back at midfield, and Ronnie Brown is the back to the right of Bajent. Fisher goes in motion slightly, and now a flag comes in. 2nd down and 1, 10:29 to go in this fourth quarter. Shepherd 40, Westchester 14. And I guess that wasn't a flag, but it was a timeout for the Rams. So let's go ahead and take a 30-second break. It is Shepherd 40, Westchester 14, 10:29 to go in the fourth quarter. We'll have more when we come back.
Come out and support the Martinsburg High School football team, cheerleaders, velocity dance team, and marching band Thursday, October 27th from 5 until 8 p.m. at Coburn Field at David M. Walker Stadium for the Martinsburg Bulldog Bash. There will be door prizes and giveaways during the event, as well as performances by the Bulldog Band, MHS cheerleaders, and the velocity dance team. Can't make it to the event? That's okay, because we'll have live coverage on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube. For more information, contact Randy Brown at 304-616-0605.
We welcome you back. Shepherd 40, Westchester 14, our fourth quarter, brought to you by Smallwood and Small Insurance. They're located at 121 Administrative Drive, or call them at 304-263-3361, along with the Skinner Law Firm. Injury and consumer rights lawyers, call 304-245-6613 or go to skinnerfirm.com. Bajent in the shotgun formation on 2nd down and 1. Bajent throws near side, caught by Alfonso Foray, who sheds off one tackler and I think got back to the line. Might have been able to get that 1 yard there on the play. Good job by that Westchester defense to fly to the football, as again making the tackle was Isaiah McPherson, the junior. He played a nice role, and it did not allow Foray to get back or get the first down. He did get back to the line. 3rd down and 1 for Shepherd. Bajent with a 3 wide receiver set, and Ronnie Brown is the back. Bajent takes the snap, throws to the far side wide open and caught by Rodney Dorsey. Dorsey has a first down and more, dragging a defender with him as he takes it down inside the 35-yard line. Good play by Rodney Dorsey, the punt returner, as Edwards was the man trying to bring him down and eventually got him out of bounds. 1st and 10 now, Shepherd.
With that safety playing deep, that was a good read that time by Dorsey. Just pressing just enough to make that safety give a little bit of ground, makes that hard break to the outside, and it was just an accurate on-time throw. And Dorsey was able to pick up some yards after the catch with some hard running.
Bagent will give to Ronnie Brown, and Brown is stacked up in the backfield. Westchester's D-line coming through there to make the play. David Blay leading the charge for the Golden Rams. And Westchester's D-line, a real thing that Coach McCook highlighted to us in the pregame show, as he thought that would be a good challenge for his group up front. And especially in the second half, Shepherd's really responded to that challenge. 2nd down and 10, though, after no gain. Actually, I think that's a loss of 1 on the play. So 2nd and 11 here. So there's a big hole, though, for Ronnie Brown off that left side. Brown throws a stiff arm. Gets down inside the 20-yard line before he is met. Another big play on the ground for the Rams.
And you knew he was swinging for the fences once he was able to get past that first wave of defenders. Bounces it outside, but Westchester, again, good team defense. Well, good speed on that defensive side of the ball, and they were able to get him corralled, but a big gain. And again, that's why you run the ball the way you do in the first half, because that's going to set you up for those big gash plays in the second half, because it's just like a boxer going to the body. You really want to just wear your opponent down, and that's when those knockouts come later on.
Matt Marshall makes the tackle on the play. They'll run Ronnie Brown again, and he is patient enough to find the end zone. Touchdown, Shepherd, to extend the lead to 46-14. An excellent run by Brown to follow McCook through that hole and then be patient enough to stick with that run, and then just that little cut there allowed him to get into the end zone and extend the Shepherd lead.
And it's the exact same play that Hartman scored on the previous time. It's that power play where the offensive lineman is pulling around, McCook is pulling around, and that time it was a bit different up front where it looks like the center was pulling as opposed to the guard. With that Rams offensive line, they are just a smart, high football IQ group, so they're able to make those adjustments on the fly. But the Rams offense, when they're able to use that power run play, a lot of success, and you're starting to see them use that more and more as they get down there. As the offensive lineman's coming off of the field, look like may be feeling a bit under the weather, and the referee's going to ask him to walk off the field and perhaps clean up that spot on the turf.
And we enjoying this one. Shepherd 46, Westchester 14. The Rams will be back at home next week. We'll be there for Senior Day. Shepherd taking on Bloomsburg at home. Again, a win this week, a win next week, and Shepherd will head to the PSAC championship game as the PSAC East representative, no matter what happens at East Strasburg. Looks like it's going to be a win here today, so you're halfway there to that. And currently, it is IUP who Shepherd will take on in the PSAC championship game. And again, it will be a road game no matter what, because the West Division hosts this year, even though Shepherd could go in undefeated and be the higher-ranked team in the nation. But again, it's a West Division home game no matter what, so Shepherd will either head to IUP or Slippery Rock, or depending on how things all work out there. But currently IUP in the lead after getting the win over Slippery Rock earlier this season. But a lot to be played still before we have to worry about that. 46-14, our score. The extra point is up, and it is good. And that was James Bozick kicking the extra point. So it's 47-14 Shepherd, 7:53 to go in this fourth quarter. Let's go ahead and take a 60-second break. This is Shepherd Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
Hagerstown Ford continues to be your leader in car sales up and down the I-81 corridor. We will beat any and all competitors' prices, and we've made buying a new car easier than ever with one-day delivery better than Amazon and a return policy better than Walmart. Your satisfaction is our guarantee. If you don't like it, simply return it and we'll come pick it up. No questions asked. Why would you shop anywhere else? At Hagerstown Ford, we take great pride in our community and supporting our local student athletes. That's why Hagerstown Ford is the official car dealership of Shepherd Rams quarterback Tyson Bagent. Our remote buying process has made new car shopping so easy, you'll never even set foot in a dealership. Simply go to HagerstownFord.com and click on the car you want to buy it, or use the Axle Auto app. It's that easy. You can order your new car on any device. Go to HagerstownFord.com and get your new car signed, sealed, and delivered from Hagerstown Ford.
We welcome you back to this game, 47-14. Shepherd on top of Westchester, 7:47 to go in this fourth quarter. First down and 10, Westchester with the football. Nick Verzolini alongside me, Travis Smith, Colin McLaughlin, our producer. So Shepherd with the Westchester with the football. Got my Rams confused there. Cooper Jordan in the shotgun formation. Will take the snap. Throw in, nearly intercepted. Devin Lynch might have had 6 if he caught that one, and he knows it too, but still a great break on the football. It'll be second down and 10.
And again, we've seen these Shepherd linebackers. They play so well in space. They do a good job of watching the quarterback's eyes. And as a young quarterback, his eyes sometimes can lead him into danger where he's staring down his target. And those veteran linebackers are able to pick up on that tendency. And Westchester lucky to avoid the turnover.
Here's a run up the middle for Westchester with McKenzie getting the carry. So
that wasn't McKenzie on the play. That was number 27, Jaden Williams. He's also a big running back, 6'1", 215-pound redshirt freshman. Got his first action of the season as far as getting into the stat books last week versus East Stroudsburg with 3 carries for 6 yards, but supplying a burst with some fresh legs on that last run.
Jordan with a big hole to run through, makes a man miss. I'll tell you what, Jordan is going to be a problem for this conference in the future. Cooper Jordan there, just so explosive, just sees a hole, takes off and runs, sheds off 2 tacklers, and then eventually steps out of bounds. The only thing is you probably want him to tuck that football away, but that scenario, it didn't hurt Westchester.
So, and from the way it looked, it didn't look like that was a design quarterback draw, but sometimes you just have to trust your athletes and trust their instincts, and Cooper Jordan saw something. He was able to make it happen.
Jordan throws complete to Seals. Seals making guys miss down inside to about the 21-yard line. A lot of young players on the field for Shepherd at this point in the game. Kind of a mix of starters, rotational guys, and young guys. I mean, Lynch is out there, and Lynch is kind of the leader of the defense, so that may be why he's out there still to call the defense, make certain these guys are in the right spot. But besides that, it's mainly just rotational and second stringers, it looks like, for Shepherd, as they'll run Williams once again.
And you see those fresh legs, and with Pokey being out of the lineup, you really see Westchester missing that change of pace running back where you have McKenzie that can just pound on the defense, and then Pokey will come in and really able to show something different to the defense. But now you put Williams in. He's shown some flashes here late in the game, again against the Shepherd reserves, but just fresh legs are certainly noticeable here in the fourth quarter.
Jordan in the pistol formation, 47-14, play action. Jordan rolling, throwing, and intercepted. Intercepted by Devin Lynch. He makes up for dropping one earlier and comes up with the interception there to pretty much seal the deal on this one. Jordan trying to force a pass, and Lynch using his defensive back skills as the converted DB to linebacker makes the interception for Shepherd. It's 47-14, Rams on top, 5:35 to go in this fourth quarter. A great play by Devin Lynch, Travis, to really seal this one.
And Cooper, working off of that play action pass, had to try to throw the ball to the wide side of the field, not able to get his feet set, and that's just not going to be able to get it done. At this level of football, there are some talented guys out there, no doubt, but you're going to have to use good technique if you're throwing that ball to the sideline. You're going to have to put a lot of pepper on the ball. And Cooper Jordan, only 5'11", 165 pounds, wasn't able to get the steam on it that he needed. It looked like he just forced that pass in there trying to make a play for his team.
Avon Holly gets the carry. Travis, we got to go back and we got to address the Westchester Jester, I guess is what Colin is telling us.
Westchester Jester.
Is that like a thing, Colin? Or okay, you just came up with that your own. I mean, that guy was ready for game day. Oh, his cape said that. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't know if he's like related to the school or what, but that guy was ready to go.
So is that an officially sanctioned mascot?
That's what I'm trying to say.
We got to get somebody to run this down.
The Jester was ready, man. Fortunately for him and the Westchester fans, 47-14 Shepherd with 4:44 to go in this fourth quarter. Avon Holly getting some carries here.
It takes a big hit.
The Westchester defense, still a lot of their guys out there on the field, including Elijah Beard, who's just been a stud today for Westchester on the defensive side. And you see the talent that Coach McCook was talking about with Jackson Taylor and several other, veteran good players on this Westchester defense.
We've seen
Shepherd's just been on the field for the majority
Yeah, that's what I'm
of the game.
saying. We've seen them pretty much the entire game. They've been out there so long. That's just tough on that unit to continue to be productive when they're out there for that long.
Etchison will keep, and Etchison's got a big hole. Christian Etchison diving across the 30-yard line. It's a first down. Shepherd. We continue to see his ability to run and just make plays with his legs and what could be next year's starting quarterback for the Rams. And Etchison's also known as just a hilarious guy. And we're going to have him on Monday Night Mayhem this week. So him and Tyson will be there as the players. Looking forward to that because Etch, as they call him, just like him and Wyatt Pelicano are just, they're the guys on social media that you see with all the big videos there for Shepherd. Etchison takes advantage of this snap, runs a man over, throws a stiff arm, and you see the talent. Refusing to go down is Etchison.
And that's what you see, these players that are coming in off the bench, they want to make a name for themselves. Those coaches, they're still watching game tape even when the game's out of hand at this point, because you want to see who's still in the fight, who's out there taking this time seriously, and who wants to make the most of those opportunities. So you saw Avon Holly to begin this drive running really hard. You see Etchison trying to prove himself out there, and you see, like, as the game wears on, showing a little bit more of that zone read type of action where the quarterback has that option to pull it, and Etchison taking full advantage of that opportunity.
2nd and 2, they'll run it up the middle with Holly, and Holly has the first down and more before he's thrown down for the Rams. So Shepherd rolling in this one. Trailed 7-0 early. Westchester took the early lead, but then the Shepherd offense finally started to pick some things up and have just pretty much rolled past the Golden Rams to a 47-14 lead here. 2:24 to go in this fourth quarter. Etchison in the shotgun formation on first down and 10. We'll snap it and hand it off again. I don't believe that's Avon Holly in the backfield anymore for Shepherd. I think it's Russell. Yeah, Nazir Russell there on the carry. So Russell getting a carry here, and I think he had a big play against a touchdown run against Lockhaven.
I'm pretty sure everybody had a touchdown run against Lockhaven.
Was a 72-7 victory for the Rams. Coming up on 1:34 to play in this contest. Rams just trying to run out the clock and get this victory. There's Russell again right around midfield. He's stacked up. Good job by Barr to come over and make the hit for Westchester.
And at the beginning of this drive, you could see there was still a sense of urgency for that Rams offensive unit, probably those reserves wanting to get in and probably add a touchdown of their own. But as it wore on and the clock kind of dwindled down, you can see now it's more, we're out here, we're going to take our time getting up to the line, run that play clock all the way down. There's no reason to really rub it in your opponent's face. You're coming away with a pretty big win as it is, but still getting some good work for those reserves here in the latter part of today's game.
Ron Etchison here on 3rd down and 5, and he'll take it into Westchester territory. 30 seconds to go. Shepherd's going to get this win, 47-14 over Westchester, to bring the Rams to 8-0, drop Westchester to 4-4, and set up an exciting Senior Day matchup against Bloomsburg next week as the Rams try to continue their undefeated season, along with continue to roll, but able to go on the road. First time ever trip to Westchester and get a win, Travis, and you got to be excited about that if you are a Shepherd fan. 47-14 win for the Rams.
Just a complete game offensively. They did it in both halves. It wasn't something where they needed a huge second half to pull away with a win. They were solid and methodical in the first half with a commanding 20-7 lead. And then in the second half, we already know that this is a second half team, and they proved it yet again against a pretty stout defense and putting up even more points in that second half. So the Rams just right now clicking on all cylinders. And really, I know everybody's aiming to try to beat Shepherd, but honestly, nobody wants to try to play Shepherd at this point with the running game clicking, the passing game clicking, the defense is flying around making plays. You might have a chance to do something on special teams, but pretty much that special teams unit has been pretty solid so far this year. So this Rams team is undefeated, and they prove it why week in and week out, because they're such a complete football team, top to bottom, talent at the top, depth at the bottom. It's just it's a quality football team.
All right, we'll take our final break. And then when we come back, we'll have the Palace Lounge post-game show. We'll give you the stats, the awards, and Colin will do his scoreboard update. This is Shepherd University Rams football on TV 10 and WRNR TV on YouTube.
When I was in high school, I was a troubled kid. Hannah Geffert took me into her family and treated me like her son. Today, I'm a U.S. Army veteran, a college graduate, and have a successful job. Hannah Geffert doesn't just talk about caring for children, she does it. She did it for me. Vote to keep Hannah Geffert as your state senator. She will take care of you too.
Too busy working to earn your degree? Think again. Shepherd University is now offering online degree programs. You can earn a master's degree online in curriculum and instruction or a Master of Business Administration. And registered nurses can complete their BSN online too. Learn how to take the next step in your career at shepherd.edu/online radio. Earn your MBA or Master of Arts in Curriculum and Instruction. Learn more at shepherd.edu/online radio.
It's the post-game show as we recap the scoring, bring you stats and analysis, scores from around the PSAC and Super Region 1, the Division 1 Top 25, and the latest on the West Virginia University Mountaineers and Marshall University Thundering Herd. Let's get it started as we go back to the field and rejoin our TV 10 broadcast team.
No, I mean, it's all good. We welcome you into the Palace Lounge post-game show brought to you by the Palace Lounge on Edwin Miller Boulevard in Martinsburg. A full lunch and dinner menu with daily specials in a clean, comfortable atmosphere. Check out the menu on the Palace Lounge Facebook page. As I was saying, Tyson Bagent throws the ball here today for 252 yards through the air. Westchester throws it for 73 yards from Cooper Jordan. Ethan Kohler passes the ball for 21 yards on the day. And Shepherd gets the win over Westchester 47-14. We'll give you the rushing numbers. And as I was saying, surprisingly, Ronnie Brown only finishes with 54 yards today, Travis, but it just felt like a real, I guess, the fact that Shepherd was consistently running the ball felt like they were having success. And Bagent runs for 31 yards, Blake Hartman for 15. And as the game went on, you saw the big runs from Hartman, the big runs from Brown there toward the end of the ball game that really proved that sticking with the run was a successful, approach to the ball game.
Absolutely, and it just shows that type of patience where they weren't trying to force anything, and you really don't have to. You know those big plays are going to be there. You have those type of athletes in the skill positions, so it's something where you really don't have to force it. They're going to naturally come, but what are you going to do in the meantime? You really can't try to rely on those big plays because that's basically how turnovers happen. So if you're able to stick with that run consistently, even though you might get jammed up for a 1 or 2 yard gain here and there early on in the game, you know if you consistently keep pounding that ball, one, the confidence in the offensive line, that's going to begin to grow. It's going to help them out in pass protection. And then as the game wears on, that's when you're going to start seeing those big runs happen because the defense is worn down. They just don't want to try to tackle those running backs, and Hartman and Ronnie Brown was able to make that defense pay late in the game.
All right, we'll give you some more numbers here on the post-game show. Marlon Cook, 8 catches on the day. Ryan Beach, 6. Ronnie Brown, 3. Brian Walker, 2. In terms of their yardage today, Marlon Cook goes for 74 yards. Ronnie Brown with also 54 yards receiving on the day. Ryan Beach with 51. And Brian Walker with 23. And for Westchester, Seals leads the way with 80 yards receiving. Kelly with 7. Wright with 7 were their leaders. In the touchdown category, Shepherd gets touchdowns from Tyson Bagent, 1 on the ground. Blake Hartman, 1 on the ground. Ronnie Brown, 1 on the ground. And Marlon Cook, 1 receiving as well on the day. And I believe Brown also had a receiving touchdown. Brian Walker had a touchdown reception. And I'm trying to remember who all scored because we don't have all the touchdowns here for some reason. But, good win for Shepherd there. Get a lot of different guys involved on the day and able to spread it around to a lot of different weapons as well. Seals and Wright with touchdowns on the Westchester side. And that pretty much does it for our post-game stats, brought to you by the Bechtel Jewelers, located at Route 11 South in Inwood, taking care of you like nobody's business. All right, Travis, let's get into these awards and kind of wrap things up here on the Palace Lounge post-game show before heading over to Colin, who will have more for you on the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference scores, as well as Division I college football top 25. We'll start with the Orsini's Home Store. Electrifying play of the game brought to you by Orsini's Home Store. Not just an appliance store any longer, located at 360 Hack Wilson Way in Martinsburg, or online at Orsinis.com. Travis, where are you leaning here for this one?
It was a tough one. We wanted to give it to Ronnie Brown for the catch that we didn't see. So we'll go with the plays that we did see. And the electrifying play of the game is going to go to Marlon Cook when he went up for the big back shoulder fade, catching that touchdown to get that first points on the board for the Rams offense. So my electrifying play of the game goes to Marlon Cook on his TD catch to start the game off for Shepherd.
Yeah, it was a good catch. Let's now get into our collision of the games. Excuse me. Brought to you by Cody's Body Shop. Travis, who you got for our collision of the game?
And that one also happened in the first quarter. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Obi Anyatanwu with the big hit on Ronnie Brown. Ronnie Brown was leaking out into the flats. He's a dangerous wide receiver, but Anyatanwu able to come up and deliver a big hit. We saw that Ronnie Brown was a little bit dinged up at the end of the game, and it may have been a result of that big hit from Anyatanwu. So that is my collision of the game.
Cody's Body Shop is located at 851 Wilson Street in Martinsburg. Get the job done right by experienced certified technicians. And then finally, Travis, our player of the game, brought to you by Bodwell Insurance Solutions. Well,
This one's going to restore the Shepherd universe back to order. Player of the game today is going to be Tyson Bagent. He was able to do it running the ball. He's showing that aspect of his game is certainly developing, and he's also able to take care of business in the passing game, passing for over 250 yards, running for over 30 yards, touchdowns all around, spreading the ball around to all of his weapons there on the perimeter. So today's player of the game, Tyson Bagent.
Bodwell Insurance Solutions is a local professional to help you with all of your Medicare needs. Go to BodwellInsuranceSolutions.com or call 304-283-0864. So that does it for us. Again, we'll be back next week for Shepherd at home against Bloomsburg, and we will be at the game, so we won't be in this setup, but it's definitely an interesting way of doing things. Before I turn it over to Colin, I want to shout out Sandy Hamilton for actually bringing us some pizza. We did not expect that, but we certainly appreciate it, and thank you, and as well as all the great Shepherd fans that tune in every week to Shepherd Rams football, whether it be on TV10 or WRNR TV on YouTube. We appreciate you, and we thank you for tuning in. So that will do it for Travis and I, and we'll send it over to Colin, who will have you with that or have that scoreboard update for you.
And here we go. No commercial break or anything. We're just right into it. Good job, guys. And let's get some scores from around the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference, starting with a big win for Edinboro over Clarion by a final score of 47-17. Right behind them, I'm going to try to see if I can get the Gannon's score up. It looks like they got a 49-14 win over Mercyhurst. In the second quarter, 6:22 to go. It is Millersville on top of Shippensburg by a score of 7-0. Let's now get to the IUP game as they are taking on the Seton Hill Griffins. And right now, the score of that one, just waiting for it to get pulled up. It's different for some places. You hit stats and it will just go straight to it. But for others online, you have to hit stats and you have to choose which game it is, even though this is the only one in those options that you can choose from. It's IUP up 20-0 with 12:19 to go in the second quarter. And then lastly, there's nothing even showing up for East Stroudsburg and Bloomsburg. So don't unfortunately have one for that. It did kick off at 2 p.m. Let's see if maybe I can look at the video stream of that one and get a score quickly for that game. It looks like East Stroudsburg is up 14-7 in the second quarter. Kicking off at 3 p.m., it's Kutztown hosting Lock Haven, and at 3:30, Slippery Rock at California University of Pennsylvania. Let's now get some Division I scores in. There's some interesting games going on. Number 2, Ohio State up 40-10 against Iowa at the end of the third quarter. It's number 3, Tennessee dominating UT Martin 58-14 with 3:05 to go in the third quarter. But the one that you need to keep an eye on right now from the noon kickoffs is number 14 Syracuse and number 5 Clemson. The Syracuse Orange with 14-17 to go in the fourth quarter are up 21-10 over Clemson. Number 21, Cincinnati, is also leading SMU by a score of 29-14, and that's all the games that are currently going on. The West Virginia Mountaineers will kick off at 3 p.m. against Texas Tech, and then Marshall is at JMU. Got to make sure I do mention this one this time around, otherwise all of my co-workers, being Marshall alums, will get mad at me, and I might not get a slice of pizza because of that. So good luck to them against JMU, and obviously good luck to the Mountaineers. As soon as this ends, switch over to the radio side, and you can hear Tony Creedy's call of that one. But again, Shepherd with the win today. I'm Colin McLaughlin signing off for TV10 and WRNR TV on YouTube, and have a great rest of your weekend, everybody.
You've been watching play-by-play coverage of NCAA Division II football, featuring the Shepherd University Rams and the Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference. Today's telecast has been brought to you by the Neon Moon Tavern, Orsini's Home Store, Parsons Ford of Martinsburg, the Skinner Law Firm, Smallwood and Small Insurance Group, W. Harley Miller Systems, and WVU Medicine. TV10 Sports thanks you for watching today's presentation of Shepherd Rams football. All rights reserved.